Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Think of all that time. Every wait in the winter. All those hours no one else saw. Every sprint in the summer. Every sacrifice. Early mornings on the levee. Late nights in the film room. Bus rides to playoff games. Every bump in the road. Every moment of ecstasy. Every moment of doubt. Years wondering. Is it all worth it? It's all led to this. Man, I got this. It's a 60-minute drive for a 60-minute game. After all the miles we've traveled, we're almost there. After all the hours we've worked, one more can make us legends. After all that time, this is our time. Caveman on the line. HG got the stats.
No filters, no suits, just facts on blast.
He seems like no nonsense guy. Like
re-emphasize that for the Saints fans out there on TikTok. Caveman. What did you just say?
The rebuild starts right now.
Marshawn
Lattimore's gone, so the defense, like, we're not getting any better.
To the left, got the edge and grind. We break it all
Get it into
down
Smith.
like
What a pass! That's it! Daniel Smith with the game winner! Oh my goodness!
And that is why you have Aaron Fry pass the ball in.
We roar from the base to the backfield floor. No filters, no fake control. We
So real year. Like you have you have the best quarterback in the league, arguably, the best wide receiver in the league, and you've got the best edge rusher in terms of total sacks in the season. And you're 4-7, and your playoff chances are hanging on by it.
HG on deck, stats loaded and primed. Reading the field.
Let's make it interesting.
We're making it interesting. Come on. Give us the freaking one.
Breaking down ball like a heat wave blade.
Oh, let's go! Oh, no. Put him in there. He's not put him in there.
We see through the hype. Call out the feed.
So don't you go saying that you're never going to see that. You're such a hater.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard, MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome, Quack.
Program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
You are looking live at Till the Final Whistle, everybody. HG and Caveman back in the house for your favorite football show on the internet on this nice Tuesday morning. We're getting ready for the new year. New Year's Eve tomorrow. College football bowl weekend just passed. Getting ready for those next round of the college football playoffs. Week 17 in the NFL passed.
Dude, I can't believe it's already
been
almost
crazy.
over.
It's been a really fast season, but probably one of my favorites to watch.
It's
sure.
been one of the
entire
best
time.
regular seasons we've seen in a while, man. What a crazy season it's been.
And a little precursor to tomorrow's show, probably going to be talking about injury bugs been going around in the Denver Nuggets right now. I mean, it was kind of the knockout blow when you lose Jokic like that, but
Bro,
I mean, we're gonna come back stronger. I feel like because
we're living on
really
Jamal Murray in a dream right now.
He's having himself a year though, man. He's leading the league right now at almost 50% in his off the dribble threes, and he's taken the most this season out of any year in his career. So, I mean, I'm excited to see what he does when it's just him, but it's probably going to be a tough stretch for the Nuggets. We'll see what's up with Jokic's knee because no further information on that's really been out. Just questionable with the knee. So we'll see what's going on there tomorrow morning.
Luckily, the good news is I saw this doctor on TikTok who breaks down sports injuries. He said that there's a good possibility. I don't that the injury that occurred isn't like a tear or anything, maybe just some bruising to the cartilage. So that would just be 4 to 5 weeks versus
fingers crossed
season ending or multiple months. So I think they're gonna do
at least.
They're gonna get an MRI on that here soon. But yeah, I mean,
got my toes crossed over here now, man. Like this is
like one of the best Nuggets teams ever, and they just can't stay healthy this year. It's so unfortunate.
It's tough too because they've been playing great, man. Jokic getting a 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60-point triple-double game all against the Minnesota Timberwolves after that Christmas game. He was balling out. He's got the most assists of any center in NBA history. He just recently passed.
With their new starting 5 at the beginning of the year, they were on pace with all those guys healthy to be like a historically dominant offense while still being a top 5 defense in the NBA. And that's obviously going to take a hit now with
that's some sad news.
Yeah.
Sad news
going down now too.
Hopefully something will break.
We were so close to getting Aaron Gordon back too.
Yeah, we're right there.
I think he's coming back within the next week or two, and then Christian Brown might be back. I think
shortly following after Aaron Gordon.
The latest is like the last week in January.
It's like we would have had everyone back before the All-Star break and had everybody back into the swing of things, but we got to get into some better news.
Jimmy with the Joker has 8 30 20 10 games in his career. The rest of the NBA has 8.
Jesus, man.
He's insane, man.
Historical numbers.
I mean, I think at this point you have to say like there's nobody like on the offensive side of the ball that can do it at a higher level than him.
Seriously.
The efficiency numbers, the scoring and assisting, like just total points that he generates any given night on the floor is unmatched.
We got our fingers crossed for a speedy
recovery. I hope it's I'm gonna be checking ESPN all day looking for the Shams notifications.
Should we take a look at this bowl weekend though to kind of calm us down?
Yeah, there were some great ones. So we left off on Tuesday with the bowl games we hadn't gotten to. So we had a couple interesting matchups there a few days before Christmas. Louisville squeaking out a win against Toledo in the Boca Raton Bowl. Western Kentucky took down Southern Miss in the New Orleans Bowl. And Scooter's Coffee Frisco Bowl. That was Ohio. The Bobcats taking down UNLV.
Scooter's Coffee Bowl. What the heck? The Hawaii Bowl hosted by Hawaii they got the dub there. Only 4-point victory though, so I mean, Cal made it a good game, even though they had to go in on the road.
Yeah, that was a kind of crazy. That was ended up being a road game for Cal.
Got it cool that they even got to host that. Maybe it'll be like a yearly thing. If Hawaii makes a bowl game, they get the opportunity to host it.
Yeah, that would be cool. This was a great season for Hawaii, man. A good way for them to end it. I mean, they were like last year. They were pretty
They're
bad.
pretty terrible.
And I mean, they had to kind of orchestrate a big fourth quarter to come back in this one, scoring 22 points in the third to get back into this one and end up coming away with the victory. I got to be honest, like I think Cal's got a bright future. The QB whose name is such a mouthful. I'm not gonna say. I'm just gonna call him Jerron. That's the first part of his name. Just a true freshman, but he put up some really impressive stats this year. Threw for 337 in this one. They will be losing star senior wide receiver Jacob DeJesus. I think they got a really good quarterback there. So if they can keep him at the program and everything, Cal could probably make some noise on what could still just be a wide open ACC. And then on the flip side for Hawaii, I mean, this is why the bowl games are great, because like the Rainbow Warriors, what a great season they had. Ended up finishing 5th in the Mountain West, but
they're down 21 points.
Yeah,
in this game.
Nice comeback victory. Got to cap off a really great season, a really successful season with a postseason victory.
To make this game even cooler, though, the quarterback for Cal is from Iwa Beach, Hawaii. So he's got a return homecoming game. Probably had a bunch of family at this game, and had 337 yards and a touchdown. So I mean,
I got the ball out in his home state. Cooler.
I'm excited to see what both of these teams got in store for us next year. Cal, around the 500 mark, we'll see if they can get into that recruiting portal. I mean, there's a lot of big names. I think Auburn's #1 wide receiver decided not to declare for the draft and hit the transfer portal. Don't forget his name, but right now, as of today, he's probably one of the best wide receivers that's in the transfer portal has just made that decision. So we'll see what happens, man. There's going to be a lot of players moving around, and certainly a lot of talent's going to be going to the pros.
I mean, Hawaii, man, think about this. Like some teams leaving the Mountain West, just like Boise State, Fresno, some of those squads could open it up a little bit. San Diego State too, for them to be able to go ahead and maybe claim a Mountain West title next year. Northwestern was actually in the news this morning. They got a bowl victory over Central Michigan, 34-7.
Blowout.
The day after Christmas. Yeah, crushed them. But they're bringing Chip Kelly back to college where he belongs, for being honest. No disrespect to Chip or anything, but it's just doesn't work out in the NFL.
Yeah, his style always seems to not work.
He's a great college coach. I mean, there are just some guys that their schemes and their playbook work awesome for college players and for college athletes, but they're going to get lapped, and it's just they can't keep up with the complexity of the NFL.
Yeah. It's like he coached his way to NFL jobs, and then like coached his way back to college, and then like took some steps back, coached his way back to another NFL job, and it's just. I think this is going to be pretty decent move for Northwestern, though, because I mean, like they weren't really bad this year. They had a pretty good start. Had to play Oregon, Penn State, which they got the win over. Nebraska, USC, Michigan. They had a really hard schedule. So we'll see. Maybe they could be in the conversation next year if their strength of schedule is a little bit lower. But new head coach.
Dude.
Oh, he's just going to be their offensive coordinator.
Oh, okay. I must have misread that, the news update. Yeah, I mean that's where he'll probably be a lot better as a player.
The team that really isn't known for having much offense either, like Northwestern's, really one of the historically one of the bottom of the barrel teams in that conference. So
jumping over to the Serve Pro First Responders Bowl, man, UTSA put up a 57 spot to end their season over FIU. Quarterback Owen McCown Jr.
No way.
Capping off of a pretty good season. Is that the McCown kid?
No way. Hold on, we got to look this up.
Like Josh or what's the other brother?
It's Josh and Luke, right?
Luke McCown, yeah.
Let me search this.
He had himself a pretty good game. 295 and 3 touchdowns. The Roadrunners ironically just ran all over the Panthers with 40 carries for 186. Offensive explosion out of UTSA here as they put up 57. Capping off a pretty successful campaign.
All right, Josh McCown's son.
Okay, nice.
There we go.
Man,
had 30 touchdowns this year. That's freaking top 5 in the country.
He had a pretty good season. It's just UTSA, but he was still pretty productive player there for him. Junior, so he's probably got another year to come back, maybe make a little noise in the American. But yeah, it's really cool for them and just a good way to cap off their season as well. That's what I love about bowl games. You get these guys get one more chance to play together.
And hell, we didn't talk about UTSA all year. I didn't even know Josh McCown's son was running the show all year.
And now you kind of get a little bit of a prime time game in the spotlight. You get a shot to, show the country, show everyone. For some of these guys, this is your final game ever, really, of playing high level football. So it's a good shot. Just one more final opportunity to hopefully ride off into the sunset. I think it was Georgia Tech's coach, man. He said that. He said it best. Like, you've got, you work so hard throughout the year, training and practicing, designing a playbook, whether you're a coach or you're a player. I mean, for 12 opportunities to go out there and play a game a year,
Oh yeah.
You never take that for granted. Speaking of Georgia Tech, they got to participate in the greatest non-playoff bowl thanks to a team opting out. And they squared off against BYU in the Pop-Tart Bowl. I love the Pop-Tart Bowl, man. It's
Notre Dame opted out to play in this. Come on.
It's fantastic. And this was probably the best bowl game we had all season so far. I was working this day and I had the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl was on my pod because I was running the CW one. And so I was really upset that I wasn't over on ABC getting to run the Pop-Tart Bowl, dude. I was anytime like I had a chance to sneak over and catch some plays from this one, I was, man. It was.
So you saw Snoop Dogg almost break a hip.
Trying to catch a
knee replacement, try to get that kickoff.
Right. Catching a live kickoff. That was the highlight of the game too. That game was gone crap.
That was the most unserious bowl game. But
I'm glad I got paid to watch it because that was that one was bad. Which the Snoop Dogg Bowl is pretty fun in itself, the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl, like the winning team gets to like hang out, do the trophy presentation in a lowrider. as a stage. So like,
That's
it's cool.
pretty
It's
cool.
just like it's got some Snoop Dogg is just bouncing around the stadium. He goes up to the booth for a little bit. He gives each team a pregame locker room speech. So I mean, like it's a cool concept. It was just not a very entertaining game. 18-3, Fresno State got the victory over Miami of Ohio. But this game,
that's a pretty sick one.
Back to the Pop-Tart Bowl. BYU got the feast on the Pop-Tarts as they were lowered into the toaster.
After a sick fourth quarter,
Dude, honestly,
15 unanswered points.
And I mean, like Bear Brockmeyer balled out passing the football in this one. He was a great dual threat QB all year. And then like BYU really like Georgia Tech was committed heavy to stopping this rushing attack. And I mean, when Bear got a chance to throw the football, he dazzled. It was really good. I think he's coming back. He's just a freshman too. So yeah, as long as he doesn't get in trouble for having girls in this room and transfers, he might. BYU's got themselves a really good young and upcoming quarterback here. Went 27-38, 325, 1 touchdown. Did have an interception as well, but
that's hilarious.
Same with Haynes King. That's how they lost Jake Resloff.
That's hilarious. Hopped in the transfer portal as soon as it happened. He's like, man,
I ain't staying here. But Cougs could really, they'll be back in contention for the college football playoff as long as they recruit well, which, I mean, they kept their head coach. They got their quarterback returning.
They've kept a lot of guys around.
Right. I mean, there'll just be a lot of consistency with that team, that they'll be able to get back to that or be back in that same spot and potentially even take the Big 12. I mean, it'll be tough to compete with the Texas Tech oil money, but
oh yeah, that's going to be tough. But there's some rich Mormons out there. Come on now, you guys.
I mean, it was the crumble cookie CEO and this supplement company's CEO. Like they stepped in with the Mormon Church to stop BYU's coach. I'm blanking on his name, but they stopped him from going to Penn State. So it was Penn State had to go to Plan B and hire Matt Campbell.
Hey, crumble cookie, you guys make enough money. Just you
guys can
get yourself a bowl game while you're at it.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have a giant cookie mascot running around the stadium. Give them something. But they had a different mascot here too. It wasn't just the strawberry Pop-Tart. They added the cookies and cream guy too. So it's getting better and better every year. BYU takes home the toaster trophy. Got to be the coolest trophy out of any of these. I can't even lie.
For Haynes King,
it's a working toaster.
I mean, not a terrible send-off to his college career, 254, 2 touchdowns. He also had a pick in this one as well. But he got his guys, Eric Rivers, Malachi Rutherford, both over 100 yards receiving. Was pretty good out there. So he'll likely declare for the draft. Where are we feeling with him as a prospect?
I honestly feel like he did develop his game as a passer this year a lot more, that I feel like somebody might want to take a chance on him to try and develop him. But I'm not really too sure if any front offices in the NFL are seeing him as any first couple of days.
Yeah, I don't know about the
draft.
First round pick. Maybe I'll be interested to see how he does at the combine.
That'll definitely change it.
I think he's like the arm strength and talent is there. Obviously, he's got great athleticism, but he does have a tendency to drop his eyes. And it's like not the. He doesn't have that he relies on a lot of his athleticism to make plays. It'll just be interesting to see, teams will be looking at this, how is he going to do pre-snap, because in college you can kind of get away with using your athleticism to extend plays and using your legs. And
it's going to be different.
like
in the NFL.
yeah,
He's
I
gonna
like
have
the
to
NFL.
change
Everything. I mean, the game's played pre-snap. You've got to be able to diagnose where you're going pre-snap. Like it's just you aren't going to be able to get away with that as much. So
He does have great physical attributes. He's a good like athletic runner, like you're saying. Makes plays with it, his athleticism. He's hard to bring down. He's strong. And you got a nice dual threat ability with him. We'll see if anyone after this combine wants to take a chance on old Haynes King. I mean, he had a really good year.
I think he's a very interesting project. It'll just a lot of it will be determined like when he meets with these coaches and organizations. Is like how is he like are you going to have the ability to teach him to be able to read through NFL defenses and be successful diagnosing pre-snap? But a very interesting prospect nonetheless. I'm
somebody I might keep my eyes on
Yeah.
after the explosion of Tyler Shough.
Yeah. This guy could be more of a developmental project. I don't know if he's like a, year one starter just yet. But like I said, we still need some more pre-draft scouting on him.
We'll see.
Let us know in the comments. What do you think about Haynes King? What's his
future Raider?
Nah. I mean, he ain't gonna work out in Oakland behind that offensive line. I'm like Dante Moore. I'm telling you, dog. For the love of God, go back to school for another year.
Commit a crime or something.
I do not want to watch Dante Moore go to the Raiders. I mean, I feel bad because like that means then Fernando Mendoza is going to probably go to the Raiders. I just think that they'll ruin whoever they get.
Dante Moore is he's a little bit cooler. Yeah, I'd rather see future Jet Dante Moore.
I think Dante Moore has, in my opinion, just has higher upside as an NFL quarterback. He's just like the best like drop back passer that we've got. I think I think he just has a lot higher upside. I would like to go to an organization I think has a better chance of realizing his full potential.
That's very true.
All right.
Let's head over to the Bad Boys Mowers Bowl.
Yeah.
Penn State and Clemson.
I mean, if somebody woke up from a coma and you told them that, Penn State and Clemson were squared off for their final game of the college football season, they'd be like, oh, so what round of the playoff did those two teams meet in? And you would go, the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl.
You come to find out, both these teams finished the season with only 7 wins.
This was Mohawk's national championship prediction, and so I mean he was right.
They faced off in
about
the last
these two teams playing each other for a trophy of some sort.
It was just the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. Yeah. What's that trophy even look like?
Yeah, get that. Pull that up for everyone. I'm actually curious to see too. Good game out of the freshman Ethan Crunkmeyer, man. I love that name. Might be looking like he's probably going to be the new guy going forward for the Nittany Lions. Man, was Drew Aller a senior? Like, is he able to get another year of eligibility? Because, like, this season, I mean, blew up in his face. Like, he was supposed to be a highly have a great year, maybe be a Heisman candidate, and then potentially a high draft pick. Just off which, I mean, I can't say I'm not too surprised that Penn State went a different direction. He's not very good at reading defenses or going through his progressions.
This is actually a dope trophy.
Got that. Can we screen share that for a second? Just let everyone see it.
There we go. Get it off this.
Oh, look
a pretty
at that
thick trophy.
That's a beaut. Yeah, I mean, I would argue that's probably better than the national championship trophy.
So the George M. Steinberger III trophy for the Pinstripe Bowl. I think the Bad Boy Mowers is just a sponsor. I think the Pinstripe Bowl has a much deeper meaning that we might bring in for tomorrow's episode of the show. Because now I'm a little bit more curious. But I agree with you, man. I don't even know if he's going to have another year of eligibility. He's not on the box score right here for me to even click on his player profile. Here we go. He's a senior this year, and I don't think he has another year of eligibility.
How many seasons has he played? Does it say on there?
This would be his 4th year.
I mean, so,
and he started in 2022 after all that COVID junk, so I don't think he gets an extra year of eligibility.
That's right.
I think he got the college pass. Yeah, if you were in college in like 2020, 2021, you could be playing college football for like 8 years.
Yeah, that was how some of those guys did that. Yeah, but they're obviously they're not. They might not let that happen. So
I don't know.
We'll see what's next for Drew Aller, but it's not looking great.
Indeed.com. I don't know what team is going to be ready to get the guy that threw 8 touchdowns and 3 picks and got benched in 2025. It's going to be, that's definitely a bigger project than Haynes King would be.
Get ready to learn UFL, buddy.
Yeah.
I think Drew Aller would make a sick UFL quarterback. Actually, he could low-key start a dynasty.
Michigan Panthers.
Be the Tom Brady of the UFL.
I like the guy that the Michigan Panthers got. Actually, no, he can go to the Brahmas.
And State. I mean, they didn't have a lot of seniors playing this one too. On it, like obviously they still got some guys like their running backs. Singleton. What's the other guy's name? Katron Allen.
Both of those dudes are going to the draft.
Yeah, they both opting out in here. The freshman Quentin Martin stepping up for 103 yards here. Yeah. So for Clemson, disappointing end to a disappointing season. Penn State, you hired a new coach, and you went out on top. You got yourself somewhat of a trophy and kind of were able to save a disastrous senior. There's another guy in this game that we're not talking about, Cade Klubnik. Like,
he's a senior as well.
He is. So like his draft stock, what's going to happen with that there? Howard
He's still got a pretty decent resume here, where senior year for Drew Aller was a complete down year. And I mean,
it wasn't like he was
almost 3,000 yards, only 6 interceptions.
Right. And I mean, his rushing stats too, I'm sure were solid. Just Clemson as a team was all sorts of out of whack. I think he's just got like Klubnik's definitely got a lot more upside as a prospect.
The biggest downfall, I think we got kind of overlooked the offensive line of Clemson coming into the season.
Yeah.
Because I'm checking the rushing stats. Last 5 starts for Drew Aller and 2 carries for minus 16 yards against Furman. You're telling me Clemson allowed Furman to get sacks? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Cade Klubnik should be standing in clean pockets all day long and have like 20, like a career day against this team. He didn't throw any picks, but still 2 attempts for minus 16 rushing yards.
I actually had to run that game. I remember that game. He was
They won 45-10, but there's no way you're allowing sacks.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't even like they really like did anything crazy. They just kind of blitzed, and the offensive line just missed guys. That was what it was. They just weren't really in sync. And yeah, they were supposed to have a lot I don't think they had a lot of talent at the running back position, so that hurt too. I think they were just overhyped after a successful finish to last season, and it just didn't. The expectations were set crazy high, and it might have gotten to some of the guys on that team.
They were in a real tough conference. Their schedule is pretty rough, honestly.
You know what's crazy? All these bowl games and everything that we've been covering, college football playoff and everything, and only 2 SEC teams have come out victorious so far.
This is kind of how it went last year too.
They're always talking about how they're just so much better than everyone, and then when they gotta,
we prove the bias wrong every year, and I swear to God, it's just never gonna go away.
There was this one guy who was saying that
ceases to exist.
That the SEC is just so deep that their teams are playing lopsided, meaningless games because they're playing like the best team in the ACC or the second best or like one of the best Big Ten teams. And I'm like, oh, so they're so deep that that's why they're losing. Is they're just so good that's why they're losing all these games. Like
it used to be like, yeah, like maybe their bench guys could beat a group of 5 school and one of those smaller group of 5 schools. But now it's way more wide open for recruiting. They're not the only teams that are allowed to pay their players.
Yeah.
And it's a much different world.
Virginia took down Missouri in the Tax Slayer
Gator Bowl.
Yeah, no Bo Pribla for Mizzou, which was a big issue here. They did their best to stop Amon Hardy. Mizzou also went to Jamal Roberts a little bit in this one, who he ended up picking up the lone touchdown for the Tigers. This was a pretty it was an ugly defensive battle. But Chandler Morris gonna go out with a victory. Led Virginia to one of their best seasons. I think this might have actually been their best season ever. Like the only time they've ever had 11 wins as a program.
I think not since like way, way back in the day.
I think they were saying on the broadcast this was actually their first ever 11-win season.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And I think they just hired a new coach as well, right? Or that might have been Virginia Tech.
That was Virginia Tech. They hired James Franklin.
Dang. Okay, and then they got a former Virginia head coach as their defensive coordinator as well.
Yeah.
So that team might have some hype around it next year.
But ugly 13-7 victory, but it's a victory.
Got it done
nonetheless, and yeah, caps off your best season as a program ever. So
going in the record books.
Hang your hat.
That's somewhere on campus. That's going to be in a podium, in a glass podium. So keep that Gator Bowl trophy on your shoulders.
Good set of pride for Virginia, and they got a victory over their rival. So Virginia Tech. I mean, like for the Hokies, you got to be like, this is not the Hokies, the Cavaliers. Like that season had to have exceeded every expectation that they had. I mean, Virginia was on nobody's radar as a potential playoff team or ACC champion. They were pretty overlooked. And so to come out and win 11 games and get a big victory in a bowl game. It's just the beauty of bowl season, man. You got to love it.
And the beauty of college football. That's some carnage and chaos, man.
It is.
This game was funny, though. Kinder's Texas Bowl. Did Lane Kiffin coach?
I think he did, man.
They had a better... I can say that they had a better shot at winning than when they had Brian Kelly. and when they're
Definitely.
with that other unit that they had starting. But I still think it's kind of funny that, people thought this was going to be instant success. Just like the snap of a finger. Going against a pretty decent Houston team. Connor Wegman's honestly no joke.
Dude, is he a senior? He's a junior, so maybe he plays. I imagine he comes back for another year for Houston. Houston was another one of those teams, man. They were close to coming out of the Big 12. They kind of dropped a silly game against West Virginia, and that really hurt them. And then they also dropped one late to TCU. Like the West Virginia game, that one just got away from them early. And then the TCU game was just like they were in that the whole time, but they were just so sloppy. And ultimately, they made a late mistake with a turnover that really just that they couldn't overcome. So they're like they almost, they could have easily been just like a one-loss team potentially, maybe playing for the Big 12 championship. And so now they get bringing in Connor Wayman back. Great dual threat quarterback. I mean, he had 4 touchdowns passing in this game. They also added 56 on the ground to his 236 passing. This is just a really just good old-fashioned shootout. It was a lot of fun, man.
A good game. Maybe this Michael Van Buren kid for LSU can get something done for him next year. I mean, his 2025 stats: 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, only 2 picks.
And that was in limited starts. I think
He only started half the year. He played 7 games, came in halfway through the year, and then finished out your bowl game to get you above the 500 mark. I really say give this guy a chance.
I mean, what impresses me is that, like, the honestly, the limited turnover numbers, because some of the teams he played were Texas A&M.
Yeah,
I mean, he didn't start in that one. He only came in. I think this and against Southeast Louisiana University, I think he just came in for mop-up duty. But like against Alabama, against Oklahoma, Arkansas, like he did a pretty good job of protecting the football.
And fairly accurate too.
Although I will say, there's a lot of big name quarterbacks in the transfer portal, and LSU is going to be
they're going to be all over
prime destination. That's gonna. I mean, no disrespect to this guy, but I just, maybe he can transfer somewhere else and get a shot on the group of 5. I just think like Lane Kiffin, LSU, it's gonna attract some big names in the transfer portal.
Yeah, I'm excited to see, honestly, what happens. Man, there's a pretty big turnaround right now in Louisiana sports over the past month. Got a big coach signing, college football, college basketball team. They're doing all right. They've been bouncing back from kind of a rough start. They got to do some work for recruiting as well, and getting probably new coaching staff over there. Saints are 4-0 in December, and is Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen over on the Pelicans might be a pretty nasty combo.
Dude, for real, those guys are looking nice. I mean, that's
Tulane made the playoff.
That could be a fun center guard combo for a while.
Pelicans fans calling him Baby Jokic, man.
I mean, he's kind of like that though. I mean,
he's a bit undersized,
very efficient,
shorter than Jokic.
Yeah, he's a very efficient shooter, great passer, and I mean, he also kind of just plays in like slow motion, man. It's just this.
He creates his own pace.
Slow motion post work, but it's just so hard to stop. Dude, you know a team that might fire their coach after this bowl season is the Pitt Panthers. Their head coach is now 2-6 in bowl games.
Oh man.
They dropped another one here.
They played East Carolina.
East Carolina, yeah.
Military Bowl.
Go Bowling Military Bowl.
Over in Maryland, where they play the Army-Navy game every year.
Yeah. I mean, East Carolina didn't really run the ball really very well. They had 42 carries for 72 yards. A lot of that came from sack yardage loss for Chase Dida, who he only got sacked 3 times, but he ended up rushing for negative 17 yards on 10 carries.
Jeez.
Yeah. Their East Carolina's biggest weapon was Anthony Smith. He accounted for 156 of their 177
on 4 catches,
which
was half the incompletions for Chaston Dida, the starting quarterback in this one.
I mean, plus penalty yardage. Pitt had more total yardage. They were better on 3rd down. They were better. They were just slightly edged down on 4th down, 3 of 5 versus 2 of 3. They had more time of possession, but they fumbled the football 4 times and threw an interception.
That is math. You take the turnovers off your box score right here, and it just looks like mathematically statistically a team that should have won the game. And then turn the ball over.
That's why the ball security is just the most important stat. No matter what you look at it, no matter what you do well as a team, if you're going to turn the ball over, you're just going to lose these games. I mean, we see it every week. There's a team where you can look before we get to the turnovers. I like to break it down. Like they beat them in this, they beat them in that, they beat them in this, and that.
It's the most major statistical category. I agree with you. Is the turnovers,
because honestly, besides that, Pitt kicked their ass, really in that sense. But they end up losing by 6 points because they just were giving the football away. Ja'Carry and Turner accounted for 2 of those. Heinz had 1. Kenny Johnson had 1. And Heinz also throwing an interception.
This game was honestly really good, though. A lot of explosive plays, like Smith, and he got one of his 2 touchdowns. It was just a 60-yard run after catch on a drag route. Yeah. There was a strip sack that Pitt got in the 3rd quarter. That was a go-ahead score to make it 14-10. Pitt opened up the game with a nice deep ball on a wheel route out of the slot to open up the game. And I mean, if you're an East Carolina fan, the turnovers made this game, a lot more entertaining. But for Pitt Panthers, just killed all momentum that they had. Literally dominated them in every stat, even the turnovers. They had more turnovers. They dominated them in turnovers.
Yep. Dude, all right. This was an absolute shootout of a bowl game. The New Mexico Bowl between North Texas and San Diego State. And North Texas was one of the best offenses in the country all season, but San Diego State was one of the best defenses all year. And it looked like they were going to get boat raced here in this one, going into the 4th quarter, trailing 42-20. And then the Aztecs managed to score 27 in the 4th quarter. And it just wasn't enough. They fall by 2 points, 49-47 against North Texas. This game had everything. It had some drama. The defense forcing some late turnovers for San Diego State to help them almost complete a comeback in this one. Their quarterback Kyle Crum did struggle with 2 interceptions, only 169 yards passing. But the Aztecs just ran. Both teams really just ran the ball like crazy good. It was like a battle on the ground. North Texas had 2 guys rush for over 150 yards. Caleb Hawkins accounted for 198 and 2 touchdowns. Ashton Gray had 152 and 2 touchdowns, 48 total carries for the Mean Green for 368 yards. Not to be outdone, though, San Diego State had 46 carries for 326 yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground.
They were right there.
Emmanuel accounting for just 11 carries at 172 yards. Part of that was a 72-yard touchdown run. I mean, dude, this is why you like all these. I've been seeing people like, including like Kirk Herbstreit, discounting bowl games or like not understanding why bowl games are great or important to the sport. I mean, it's regional pride, something to play for. Yeah, I know like maybe not all these teams are national championship caliber, but like
they're bowl game caliber.
Yeah, there's more than that than in college sports, man. And it's given some of these guys the last chance to show out, and then you just get some absolutely incredible matchups between teams that don't usually see each other like this.
Yeah, you get incredible matchups.
I mean,
guys
this game was
getting
just
lifelong stories for themselves.
Teams going
get the opportunity for
up and down
many more things. It's not just a game. I understand that it is a bunch of guys.
Right.
But this is like their final college memories.
They're
not going to school any other time for the rest of their life. This is their final memory in school.
For the fans.
I don't give a damn about football. This is their memories in school.
It's winter break, man. So the fans get to come out and party up one more time for the season. Like, it's a good thing, man. It was
an end of the year celebration for all the schools.
It was a lot of fun to watch. And we were talking about a good transfer portal class. You know who is going to be highly sought after?
This dude, Drew
Messmaker,
led
freshman
the country in yards and touchdowns.
Quarterback, 40. I'll just round it up. Almost 4,400 passing yards, 34 touchdowns, man.
They got some great weapons for him here too to work with. Honestly, I mean,
where did his head coach go? The Mean Green head coach. There's a theory that Oklahoma State, wasn't it?
Yeah, he went to Oklahoma State.
So yeah, maybe he goes to OSU.
Could follow him because I believe Dorner. Is it Dorner?
Yeah.
No, Dorner is a senior. Cam Dorner. Let me check one of their wide receivers could also be going. I believe Wyatt Young.
I think it is Wyatt Young, yeah.
And it's one of they could be all three of
Wyatt
them
Young.
Going
Bring him
to another school. That could make some noise in the Big Ten. Or the Big 12.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But he had one.
He'll be highly sought after. He as a fresh, so you can only think like he can only get better too. You only teach him more. And in this game, he did have 2 interceptions, but besides that, he was really good. 253 touchdowns.
Playing against one of the best defenses in the country. You can't tell me these games don't matter when you watch San Diego State. Their fourth quarter comeback really all started because of a punt return touchdown.
Right.
With 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
You think it didn't matter to that game didn't matter to those guys? They got down. They could have just rolled over and given up on the season, but they fought till the very end.
It was 42 to freaking 20.
Right. They're down 22 points, and they nearly pulled off an improbable fourth quarter comeback. Scoring 27 in the fourth is wildly impressive. And
sparking it with your special teams unit, where literally all 3 aspects of the game, they were still fighting, down 22 points.
2 more bowl games that we got here to cover, really. This one was kind of a blowout, so I don't think there's too much to talk about. App State was just a 5-win team that because of some other team, another opt-out, I believe, was thrust into the Birmingham Bowl. Georgia Southern took care of them. But I wanted to save the Army for last, man. What a performance.
They got it done
by the Black Knights, dude. They smacked a pretty good UConn team.
It was a bounce back to end their year, especially to beat a 9-3 team.
Dude, I mean, you want normally like a service academy school only have like maybe 2-3 guys catching passes. Dude, they forced UConn to play their game. UConn only had 84 passing yards. Yeah. This was a pretty good UConn team throwing the football. If we go look at what they did on the season, they were 11th in the country in terms of passing yards. They're averaging around 284 a game. No Skylar Bell in this one for the Huskies. I'll give you that. Their number one wide receiver, somebody who accounted for 1,300 yards, 101 receptions, and 13 touchdowns.
They were still outgained through the air
he's
by Army.
Going to be playing on Sundays, but they just got worked by the Black Knights. Dominated defensively. They couldn't throw the ball. They were able to they did all right when you look at how they did on the ground. 108 yards and 2 touchdowns, or 183 yards and 2 touchdowns. So then you look at Army. Just tore through them with 368 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns. Noah Short added 7 grabs for 108 and a touch as well.
They just got trounced.
I want to highlight though, because this is one of the dopest names I've ever seen. God's Power Nawahi. I think is how you say that, bro.
The quarterback on this team
freshman
was
QB.
Playing running back pretty much in this game.
12 carries, 171 and 2 tutties.
Literally, he
had a
did
70
not
yard
see the field
touchdown
the
run as well.
entire year. This is the only time that this dude has played football the entire season. Pretty much. He had 2 carries against Air Force, few carries against Tulsa, couple carries against UTSA, and they just let him go to work in the Fenway Bowl. They might have to get this guy to position change. But at the same time, it's Army. You're not going to be throwing the ball all that much anyways. That you really have the opportunity to have one of the best dual threats and get him with a good running back in that system. They could be right back to where they were when Army and Navy were both neck and neck for the American Conference last year.
Yeah. So Army got a victory in bowl season. Navy has a little bit of a tougher matchup in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, but they'll be looking to take down Cincinnati. Obviously, we gave our predictions for the next round of the college football playoff, but we got some other interesting bowl games coming up. A few tonight, including an interesting matchup between Tennessee and Illinois in the Music City Bowl. The Alamo Bowl is going to feature USC and TCU. That's going on tonight. Still upcoming, we've got the Real Quest Bowl between Iowa and Vandy. The Cheez-It Bowl on Saturday between Michigan and Texas. Kyle Whittingham filling in for the disgraced Sharon Moore will be the new head coach at Michigan. So, it'll be interesting to see what that Wolverine team looks
I'm excited to see that hire because people are kind of telling me that he runs a similar offense to what Michigan already kind of likes to play, but just on a bigger scale, more explosives. Either way, I feel like you got a good coach for your program that's not going to be making some personal mistakes and issues.
Yeah.
I think that's your main thing. And I'd like at this point, you were 9-3, you had a really good year. You were really in the conversation in that last game, going to play Ohio State. But now it's kind of like Penn State with getting James Franklin. They had a whole bunch of controversy, and they hired a guy that was really there for the players. And they focused on development, and they just brought back all the old school program tradition, and they made it about the players and their development, trying to get them to the next level. So I think they made the right move with this hire, getting the guy from Utah. Had one of the best offenses.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he brought in some sick corners to Utah. So like, I mean, now you got like a program like Michigan.
They
like
produce first round corners like nothing.
Oh, dude, the defensive talent he'll be able to attract there, I think. Good hire for Michigan.
I'm hyped.
Yeah. And then the bowl game I'm kind of looking forward to. This will be Fridays, the Arizona versus SMU Bowl, the Trust and Will Holiday Bowl. And then, let's not forget, we got the FCS National Championship will be next Monday, January 5th.
There we go.
Between Illinois State and Montana State. The runner-up last year in Montana State versus the scrappy underdog, Illinois State. Cardinals. Who's going to come out and take that one? A lot of good, lot of fun.
I'm excited to see this Holiday Bowl, man.
Yeah.
Arizona's got a chance to honestly kind of bounce back after those few tough losses and make the Big 12 look a lot better than they are. Houston won their bowl game. BYU got their game. Texas Tech got the first round bye. We'll see what happens right here with Arizona. But it's making that conference look a lot better and probably get some eyes for some transfers over to those schools. For sure. If there's a lot of good teams over there, competition's going to be.
Yeah, I think Arizona probably wins that game too. They're a really good school.
Got the 1.5 point favorite over SMU right now, but still got the boy Kevin Jennings over there. TJ Harden.
Let's not forget Nebraska and Utah in the Las Vegas Bowl. That's still coming up here too. Arizona State, they've got on New Year's Eve, they've got a chance to also bring another victory to the conference. So yeah, I mean the Big 12's cleaning up really nicely in their bowl games.
Take down Nebraska, Utah.
Yeah.
Navy, I'm sorry. Cincinnati, might be rooting for them. Just bring home more W's for the conference.
That'll be interesting. I wonder where Kyle Whittingham's going to be. Is he going to coach the Cheez-It Bowl, or is he going to finish out his season at Utah?
Yeah, 2 teams in a bowl game.
They're playing on the same day, so I mean, like in a half hour apart. So obviously, he's not going to be able to do them both.
Is he going to Vegas or is he heading to Orlando this Saturday? 30 minutes apart, but halfway across the country from each other. So there's no way he's making both.
Yep. We'll see. We'll see, I guess. All right, we'll be running for about an hour. Cayman, what do you say we go ahead and take a quick break? When we come back, we'll jump into a hectic and crazy Week 17 of NFL football.
Let's do it.
All right, well, you're watching Till the Final Whistle here on Military Broadcast Radio. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.
Take a moment, take your time, let it set right. Let it drive right down in your conscious tide. Lean into the better times. 'Cause in a minute, in a moment, you'll notice a shining light. One that draws you in from deep inside. Reach out and connect tonight. Feel see this world through brand new eyes. Reach out and connect tonight. You know my name. What colors do you see? Influence reality. Figures and shapes, life for you and me. Influence reality. Why won't you wake up? 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 You know my name. Figures and shapes, life for you and me. Influence reality. Why won't you wake up? 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 Why won't you wake up?
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for supporting our channel by watching and listening.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
All right, everyone. You are looking live at Till the Final Whistle. And the boys are ready to get into week 17, man. It was pretty sick games. The Christmas games on Thursday, Saturday night football, Saturday afternoon football. I mean, the Sunday opening slate of games, other than Patriots Jets, was just awesome.
Super competitive. Yeah,
We
there
saw
was
some great games. Tyler Shough comeback, man. We'll get into that.
Some
Rookie of the year.
absolutely cinematic primetime games on Monday and Sunday Night Football. Another game of the year candidate. Yeah, a lot to cover. So we'll just jump right into it with our rundown. Starting on Christmas Day. Two teams with nothing really to play for. Cowboys, Commanders, both mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. But it gave us a pretty competitive matchup here. 30-23, Cowboys get the victory. Dak, despite throwing 307 yards and 2 touchdowns, was kind of played terrible. It was weird.
19 of 37.
Yeah.
Despite having all those yards and 2 touchdowns, was pretty wildly inaccurate against a really old and withered Commanders defense, one of the worst in the league. Only came out by 7.
They came out there and put up a fight. The Detroit Lions, man, they had a win and you're still alive, basically scenario. Didn't necessarily mean they would clinch. And instead they got dog walked by the Vikings defense. They just absolutely pounded Jared Goff all day.
It was the season of giving.
Yeah, he was in the Christmas
hilarious.
spirit. The Lions gave the ball to the Vikings 6 times in a 23-10 loss. Despite everything that went wrong for Minnesota this season, 8-8.
8-8, yeah.
I mean,
but then
Kevin O'Connell got that team to a winning. Has them a chance to have a winning record still.
It's not a bad place to be. You're in an incredibly tough division. You swept the Lions. They split with the Bears. And I believe they got swept by the Packers, but I mean,
they play the Packers next week, so they might get swept by them.
They got a chance to split with with their division opponents, man, and just leave the Packers limping even further into the playoffs. Because this game did lock up a Packers 7 seed, no matter what, for like the millionth year in a row.
Yeah.
But if they go in 3 losses in a row into the playoffs, man, that's going to be tough.
The perpetual 7 seed Green Bay Packers. But yeah, I mean, spirited effort there by Minnesota. So I like a lot to look forward to maybe for the future for the Vikings.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Broncos.
Broncos, yeah. We just need to win and next week and we clinch the 1 seed.
Yep, you got the AFC West locked up.
Yeah, our victory and the Chargers' loss resulted in us winning the AFC West for the first time in 10 years.
You love to hear it. Love to hear it. Saints fans are in a happy mood, man.
It's my quarterback.
Bo Nix, man.
It's my quarterback.
That's your guy.
Like this game, 20-13 was the final score. I'll get into this more, but like, I mean, we kind of killed them. We just got insanely unlucky, and that's why the game was as close as it was.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like, the Broncos probably could have easily won this game like 30-6 instead, but like this,
the box score looks crazy. The team stat, you guys just dominated them.
There are some crazy swings, some fluky things that happened. I'll get into that when we do a more comprehensive breakdown of that game. But hey, we'll take Dub's a dub and a tough Arrowhead.
Shout out RG Harvey, man.
Yeah.
18 points in the championship.
Coming in clutch, man. We go on to Saturday football, and I mean, I got a feel for Justin Herbert, dude. He actually played a really good game, but his defense got him into a hole early, giving up 2 big touchdowns. Then they played really well the rest of the game, but he just under siege all day from that Texas pass rush. Guys were dropping passes. It did not look good. The Chargers weren't able to keep an AFC West title hope alive as they fall to the Texans 20-16. Houston still a shot to win the AFC South. We'll see how it goes down next week. I think it's going to go to the Jags, though. They just got to beat the Titans.
Let's see what happens, though, man.
Hey, there's still a chance.
They're not anything to play around with, dude.
And then Saturday night football, the Baltimore Ravens walk into Lambeau Field with their backup quarterback and say, no problem. We got this guy named Derrick Henry, number 22. Don't know if you've heard of him. Here's 36 carries, 216, and 4 touchdowns.
He ran all over.
Caveman. I had to play in one of my fantasy football championships. I had to play Derrick Henry while I had Josh Jacobs on my team.
Oh.
Now, if that wasn't bad enough, I also ran into Brock Purdy and Bijan Robinson.
Oh, man.
In the championship.
That's rough.
I got slaughtered.
That is
and it was the king got it started for me. But
holy crap.
John Harbaugh finally remembering that Derrick Henry is on his team. The amount of times I've seen, like in late game situations, they just stop handing him the football.
What are Ravens fans feeling like?
Boggles my mind.
I mean, they're one step away from making the playoffs. They got to beat the Steelers and win the division. But at the same time, do you want your coach to be fired?
I don't know.
Like, what do they even want to happen right now?
And like the Ravens were up 27-14 at halftime. I was thinking to myself, like after that 10-0 third quarter, I was like, oh boy, here we go again. Harbaugh's going to blow another big lead. But he locked it in there in the second or in the fourth quarter.
Up the right plays, and that was just give it to 22.
We're going to go over this game a little more in depth here coming up as well. But 41-24, big win for the Ravens, and they are now playing for the division in the playoff berth on Sunday Night Football next week. Well, Joe Burrow, I think he's been having fun playing football these past 2 weeks. Another 300-yard Multiple touchdown game for him. Chase Brown adding in 2 more touchdowns to
He had a huge day.
his season. Yeah, big day for some people with Chase Brown and Jamar Chase. If you were in your fantasy football championship, they came up big for you. And yeah, the Bengals just all over the Cardinals. And man, if you're a Bengals fan, you're just kind of thinking like, man, what if Burrow was healthy?
What could have been
all season? I mean, him back and at full health. That game against the Ravens where they got shut out was pretty bad. But besides that, I mean, they've just been kind of rolling.
He almost threw a touchdown to his offensive lineman.
Yeah.
In this game. Wasn't even his first read either.
It's a dominant 37-14 win for Cincinnati. And injury bug just kind of got them here. And
another rough year.
Keeping it in the NFC North. They do this every year. The Cleveland Browns drag the Pittsburgh Steelers into some ugly, grinded out defensive battle and beat them. And they did it again this year. The Steelers
should have won. I don't even
they seemed more concerned about not letting Myles Garrett break the sack record.
Yeah, they didn't even care if the won or loss. Just don't allow a sack.
And also, Aaron Rodgers was making some questionable decisions. I mean,
this game made me so upset.
He kept trying to throw these like one-on-one fade balls to like Adam Thielen and Valdez-Scantling.
He was trying to force it.
I mean, he did like to lose the game. He threw 3 straight jump balls to MVS, but
they weren't even on the same page.
Right. I mean, like he was missing like just simple reads, like just throw it to your guy in the flat, throw it to the shallow crosser, just like he wouldn't even look to that area. He would just snap it, immediately drop, and like look to throw that fade. I don't know what was going through his head this game. He might have taken too many perks before this one was out of it.
It was rough, man.
13-6. Cleveland gets the victory. Myles Garrett still needs 1 more sack to break the record.
1 more game. Come on,
dude.
Who do they even play?
It'll be the Bengals. So it'll probably happen.
Dude.
Their own line's pretty shit.
Dude. Come on. I just want to see him break this record. He had a game with 8 sacks in 1 game. He had just
5. 8 would be an NFL record.
Oh, okay. I thought he got that. I thought he tied that one too.
No, I think the record's 7. That was like Derek Thomas, the Chiefs.
It's like that's records you don't think are ever going to be broken again.
Yeah.
He's coming close. He's right there.
I mean, dude, they were like all the chip help and everything that they were sending his way. I mean, like Darnell Washington or Pratt Fryermuth either double teamed or chipped him every single possession. It was ridiculous. All right. Well, another game without any really playoff implications, but it was one of our most entertaining games of the day. Saints Titans, man.
Sick.
Dude, 2 rookie quarterbacks who were just balling.
It was a duel.
Dude, Shough, Cam Ward, what a duel that was, man. Both made some incredible plays, but it was the Saints defense stepping up to force a big strip sack takeaway. That was an insane play.
That was
by Chase Young.
That really built up so much momentum going into the half. Like,
yeah,
him in this season has been one of the best things to watch, dude, because he was injury bug guy. Torn ACL, really good with the 49ers until he got hurt. And I mean, again, it's just like Chris Olave. They're both having resurgent seasons where they've been healthy the entire year. And it's another game. Like, I'm going to get into this full.
Yeah, well,
I was able to watch it. I had a bunch of people in a little watch party on my stream with me. Dude, this game was a freaking party.
This is one of the probably non-playoff implication games that we have to break down because I loved what I saw of both Shough and Ward. Like these so far, absolutely. I don't know where exactly I know you'd rank Shough 1 as a Saints fan. I just, as an NFL fan in general, I don't know like where you want to rank them 1 or 2 in terms of rookie quarterbacks out of this class, but it's undisputable that these guys were the top 2 at this point.
I think I can honestly, I want to give it to Shough as a Saints fan, but this is top 5 passing defense that the New Orleans Saints have. We're the best defense in man coverage in the NFL right now. But I mean, he threw the rankings out the window. And didn't they? Who they play the week before? They played Kansas City, another top 10 passing defense, and he lit them up. I mean, I give it to Cam Ward. He's played the full season. He's got a tougher competition.
His top 2 weapons have also been rookie wide receivers. He hasn't had a head coach. His head coach got fired early in the season. I mean, his offensive line's been terrible. His running game's been terrible. And I mean, despite that, he's still played really well. And I mean, he's made some incredible throws. Cam Ward's going to be a dog. Tyler Shough's going to be a dog. We got to see, we know what matchups between those two might look like in the future.
I got so much hype for both of those dudes.
Dude, it was this.
They're both going to be.
This game was a lot of fun to watch.
And I mean, Will Scott, offensive coordinator for the Titans? This dude knows how to dial up the fucking plays because, like, the 3rd down and 4th down conversions, dude, were just insane for this team.
Well, this turned out to be, I mean, the match this just have to be Phillip Rivers' last hurrah for the Colts here.
R.I.P.
Gave it another valiant effort. I mean, he played well, all things considered.
He's done his best.
Yeah. I mean, it was some tough asks. He had to go on the road in Seattle and then play. Despite being at home, he had to play 2 really explosive offenses in Kansas City and San Francisco. It was a lot to ask out of the old timer. He did his best, kept him competitive in every game here. Jaguars end up getting their 7th straight victory, 23-17 over the Colts. And now they just got to beat Tennessee next week and they'll lock up the division. This game, Tampa Bay, what has happened to you? The downward spiral of the Bucs just continues. They're now 7-9 as they drop. Like, I mean, they get to the same record as the Miami Dolphins. And like for the Dolphins, this was an awesome win for them, you know, and for the Bucs, just a shocking loss.
And it's so funny. If they win next week, that would be a negative team as a 4 seed hosting a playoff game.
But here's the thing. They could win, but if Atlanta beats the Saints, they would still be out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Saints and Falcons can kind of control the destiny of the 2
I mean,
teams.
like there's a lot of hatred in that matchup there. So, I mean, that's going to be I think that'll be a pretty good game between New Orleans and Atlanta.
And I mean, same goes for the Bucs and Panthers.
But who knows what could, I mean, so there is a realistic shot with how Atlanta's been playing too, that the Bucs winning is not going to be enough.
Yeah.
They're going to have the scoreboard watch. But I honestly think Carolina will probably just take care of them. I don't know. They fall to the Dolphins 20-17. They're 7-9. They're starting the year 6-2.
It's rough.
Patriots, Drake May might have just won the MVP with how Stafford looked this week. Just came out and they pulverized the Jets. This game was over at halftime. May threw 5 touchdowns. New York is just in
shambles. I mean, what do you even do?
They might end the season without an interception, which is insane. As a defensive-minded coach who is a former DB as your head coach, that you can't even get 1 interception.
He literally was a cornerback on that team.
I think their plan to try to get an interception is that they said, what if we let the other team get up by so much so fast that they bring in their backup quarterback and then we have he might throw us an interception. It didn't work. One positive note that you can have for New York, Breece Hall, 1,000-yard rusher. First time the Jets have had one since Chris Ivory did it back in 2015.
Yep.
42 to 10.
Decade since they've had a 1,000-yard rusher.
Dominant win.
Shout out
Bills
Chris
lost.
Ivory,
The
too.
Pats have clinched the AFC East for the first time in half a decade. And the Seahawks took care of business, didn't, set themselves up to be in a win and clinch the 1 seed scenario, going on the road to a place that's been tough to play in, and Charlotte, North Carolina, US Bank Stadium. They went in there, they got the job done. Wasn't the prettiest game, but they finally ran the ball pretty well and put up 24 points in the second half to get a 27-10 victory. The Tank Bowl was one of our 2 afternoon window games. And I gotta say, the Raiders absolutely dominated the Tank Bowl. They turned the ball over. They couldn't stop anybody on defense, couldn't move the ball on offense. They lost by 24 points. Dominant win in the Tank Bowl. The Raiders secure the number 1 pick in the draft. They'll end their season with a home game against the Chiefs. So,
yeah, I mean, they're probably going to have the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, it's looking like it.
That's looking like another game that they're probably still going to find a way to lose.
Somehow. They will somehow probably find a way. I'm not even gonna lie.
Home game against the Chiefs, down to the 3rd string QB over there. Yeah, they probably find a way to lose that.
This is a game had to fill you with some hope as a Giants fan. I mean, Jackson Dart looked really good. It was good use in his legs. Wan'Dale Robinson was popping off. I mean, you just got to feel like as a Giants fan, like if we can stay healthy and we bring in a good, like a competent defensive coordinator, this is a team you feel like they got to be like right there and being able to be competitive. You've got a charismatic young star quarterback. You have an exciting young running back and Scadaboo. Malik Neighbors really.
I'm interested to see who they
could has all the tools to be an elite wide receiver.
And he always finds a way to bounce back from injury. We saw it last season. This is just one of those tough ones.
Yeah.
End of this season. I mean, they're
the only
not
thing
going to hire one of their interim guys. I mean, they're going to look at the market for one of the big name dudes. If they want to play with the big teams and start making some noise, some competition, I feel like they need to do what a lot of teams are doing. Young quarterback, offensive coach, and a former head coach that is a great defensive coordinator behind him. Denver Broncos, New Orleans Saints, the damn San Francisco 49ers are doing it. Even Sean McVay, pretty successful over there. Their defensive coordinator is not a former coach, but I mean, he's just running the show on offense while his quarterback gets it done, and they just work on that connection and development all year. I mean, they got to make a huge move.
I would see I think could work well for the Giants. I don't know what will happen with Mike McDaniel, but if he gets fired, hire him as your OC, and then get a Jesse Minter, a Brian Flores, a Vance Joseph type, maybe a little bit of the inverse of what a lot of teams are doing, but I think it could work out well too for him.
They have guys on both sides of the ball where I feel like either scenario, if they make the right moves and their front office isn't boneheaded, that they're going to get better.
So the Giants, the defense hasn't been good, but all the talent's there. I mean, they've got tons of good players on defense. It's just they've got one of the better defensive lines in the league. It just hasn't been super productive this year.
They got to schematically, they got to find out what works. And they got the tools to get pressure. I mean, Brian Burns had a resurgent season. I mean, he's one of their veteran guys. And it was a prediction that, their younger defensive linemen were going to star. We're going to be the stars. Abdul Carter is predicted to be the top guy for him.
Yeah. All right. The Eagles and the Bills. At the beginning of the season, you could have said this might be a potential Super Bowl preview, and I would have believed you. It was a torrential downpour. The weather was pretty bad.
But there's just, how is that not even working in the Bills' favor anymore?
It was like I saw some very high end quarterback play followed up by just some absolute Looney Tunes quarterback play. It was so back and forth from both guys, really. I mean, just like Hurts and Allen both made some big time throws, some nice plays with their legs, and then it was just like, I mean, goofy turnovers, wildly inaccurate passes. I mean, Josh, he straight up just missed Shakir on the 2-point conversion.
That was a wide open man.
I mean, this should have been Buffalo's year. I mean, you could win your division, no Chiefs in the playoffs, the hurdle that you can't get over. Like lock up the 1 seed potentially and be.
It's their best chances to win.
Now you're gonna have to go on the road.
And they're the 7 seed.
Right, that's right. They're technically in the 7 seed right now because it's Houston, LA, then Buffalo. So I mean, now your round 1 matchup's looking like you're gonna have to go into Foxborough. So it'll be interesting. The Bills need a number 1 wide receiver, dude. They really and they.
God, they do.
Yeah, and the
No
thing
more
that
cookies, man.
the thing that concerns me with them, their run defense, horrible. They somehow, I mean, the Eagles had, I don't know if it was necessarily this low, but they had like sub 50 yards of total offense in the second half. I think it was like 17.
They didn't even score a single point.
It was something just disgustingly low. Like they had absolutely no business winning that game. I wouldn't be shocked if both of these teams are first round exits. Because I mean, like people, like they were talking about how like, oh, the Rams, you're not the 5 seed. You might have to go to Chicago or Philly. I'm like, going to Chicago might be a bit of a problem.
That's a problem.
I'm not even in Philly. This team doesn't scare me too much. Not if I'm like LA,
That offense has really been hurting this year without their former stars in that offensive line, and Kellen Moore not being there in that offense is hurting him.
Yeah. All right, moving on to Sunday Night Football.
Game of the week.
Oh my, game of the year. I think this might be the game of the year. To be fair, dude, this was elite quarterback play from both guys. I mean,
it was awesome.
Caleb did miss some open targets, but he was still very fantastic in this one. I think that's just some of the inexperience, but Brock Purdy, man,
showing that he's really
kind
of a true vet now in the league.
Dude, your first pass gets picked off and you for a pick 6. And I mean, like, that could have been a huge momentum swing. The 49ers could have gotten down on themselves, but this is a well-coached team. They've got a lot of veteran guys here, and it's a team that they seem hungry. They've got a purpose because pick 6, no problem. They just march straight down the field and score a touchdown. And I mean, it's wild to think in that this offensive shootout, that this was the first time Thomas Morstead's punted in almost a month.
Yeah.
And he had to do it twice. And he had some good punts, man. He wasn't rusty.
OG, man. Thomas Morstead, bro, is like 40 years old. He's like Phillip Rivers' age.
Dude, it was cinematic. I don't know how DJ Moore only managed to get 7 yards in this game. But 42-38.
What a game.
The final score.
I can't wait to get
and
to
this one. Oh my God. We're going to have a lot of fun talking about this one. I'm pushing Brock Purdy elite agendas.
He's a lot better than people think.
It's
a well-coached team, yes, but I think this year he's proven himself. He's just gotten injured a lot and bounced back. Once he got into a rhythm this year,
dude,
he's been really good.
I think he's one of the best in the league at pocket manipulation and scrambling. Like he's not like insanely fast, but like he is so shifty in the pocket.
Agility.
The way he slides, he moves his feet. or when he has to roll out and scramble, like, and just his ability to make defensive linemen miss, but still keep his eyes downfield and find targets.
That go-ahead touchdown
Like,
was freaking
on a
nuts.
Brock Purdy on a healthy foot. He's got to be at least top 10. I'm hard pressed to think of 10 guys better than him. I mean, like,
Good point.
this hasn't been a 49ers super team this year. They're well coached, but I mean, like, no Debo.
It's definitely
their
a
wide
different
receiver core has been banged up. They haven't had Brandon Ayuk all year. Kittle's missed extensive times. He didn't have George Kittle in this one.
I think their
offensive line's been banged up. I mean, they didn't have Trent Williams in this one.
He went out on the pick 6.
Yeah.
But he was out the entire game from the first play. They're a well-coached team, but I think, like you said, way hungrier. They have
just
something to prove now. It feels like they're not just
Purdy back from injury and fully healthy. I think I don't know the stat line, like what he did in the Titans game, but I mean, they put up 37 points in that one. But over the past 2 weeks, I mean, the guy's thrown for like 700, 800 yards and 9 touchdowns, and had 9 total touchdowns. He's really good.
He's been having himself a year.
I'm ready to start putting him into some elite conversations. We'll see.
Don't sleep on this team coming into the playoffs, man.
Well, I mean, I honestly think they might be the 1 seed, which, I mean, they're going to be hosting Seattle. They went into Seattle and beat them. It's going to be a fantastic matchup on Saturday. I cannot wait.
I can't wait.
All right, the Atlanta Falcons surge in the past couple weeks, man. And they shocked a very good LA team who now can, I mean, their hosts of the division were gone after their loss to Seattle, but now they might not even be able to secure the 5 seed. So they're looking at potentially being the 6 seed here, which isn't the worst thing for them. I think the Bears are probably a better shot at being the 2 seed. They just got to beat Detroit and in Soldier Field. So I think that's a better scenario if you're the Rams. But yeah, Stafford was not looking good in this one. And then, I mean, they just couldn't get out of their own way. Nearly pulled off the comeback. They had some big plays wiped away due to the penalties. And then they just had a tough time stopping Bijan Robinson. But to be fair, I don't know a lot of guys. I don't know a lot of teams that are going to be super successful stopping Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, I want to.
And this one.
I am pretty nervous. Saints, Falcons, man. Every time we play match up against that dude. And then if we do end up containing him, Kyle Pitts had a monster game against us in the first matchup. So
yeah, Pitts has been playing really well this week or the past couple weeks.
Once you contain one of their weapons, it just leaves more opportunity for another one of their guys. They're a scary team when they're not making stupid decisions and getting injured.
I got to say, has Kirko maybe played his way back into a starting role somewhere else in the NFL?
I don't know. Is he going to be willing to go to another team that's going to eat that contract, though? Because he signed like a 5-year deal, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he expects the Falcons to cut him. So, I mean, we'll have to see what actually happens. He thinks he's going to be cut. I don't know. Maybe the Falcons want to keep him. I mean, with Penix's health concerns, maybe they're going to go. They might be willing to try something else with Kirk Cousins. Atlanta
they don't own their first round pick. Yeah. They're lucky that they beat the Rams. If they could have lost this game and been at the same time been giving the Rams a better first round pick.
I mean, now you look at Atlanta, they got to just be thinking, man, what if? I mean, they've looked fantastic the past couple of weeks. Jeff Ulbrich, got to give him a ton of credit, dude. The way he's been able to fix that defense, and I don't think it was a waste to trade that pick to the Rams to move back up and get James Pierce. James Pierce has looked really good.
He's been good.
And just his ability has been able to open some things up. They've been a bit better scheming up blitzes and everything. But him and Jalen Walker, those two guys have been pretty good there off the edge. I mean, they've got a lot of talent. Like if they can keep a lot of these guys together, which I think most of them are under contract or on rookies, like it's, like we should be, if this team can come out again, like they'll be tough to stop. All right, well, 27-24, they hold on to get the victory on Monday Night Football for their 7th win of the season. Where do we start, Kate, man? There's so many good games to get into. Do we go back to Christmas? Do we go Saturday? Where do you want to go first?
Let's head over to Christmas. Let's get this Cowboys Commanders game out of the way.
Yeah. I don't have too much to say on this one. Again, there weren't a lot of implications here. Dallas, I like the way they ran the ball. They ran for 211 and a touchdown here. And then on the flip side, the Commanders, like, why aren't we giving Krosky Merritt more touches? Bro put up 105 on just 11 carries. He had a 72-yard touchdown run. 2 touchdowns total. Like, like Dak, I think 307, 2 touchdowns. He was 19 of 37. Got sacked a lot. He was holding on to the ball a lot in this one, I'll say. 6 sacks for the Commanders in this one.
It's real inaccurate. I mean, it leaves up to question, is the team going to try to make a move for another one of their stars again this offseason? And is Jerry Jones going to allow it? Because I don't know. Do you expect George Pickens to be a Dallas Cowboy very long?
Is he on a 1-year contract with them? Or did they take like whatever his contract situation was with Pittsburgh?
I'll have to look that up real quick.
Because I don't know if he's set to become a free agent. I mean, he's gonna fetch a high price after the season he had. I think Dallas, if they can rebuild the defensive side of the ball, I mean, they're gonna I think Javonte, they brought in only like a 1-year prove it deal. So he's obviously, his price is going to go up after the season he had. See if you can find Javonte Williams, what his contract situation is here. It's not on his player profile.
Let's see.
Too. So,
yeah.
I mean,
so Pickens was on a 1-year deal. He's going to be a free agent next year. He was only making $3 million. And I'm sure he's going to be making a lot more.
So this is going to be another off season of a lot of drama, probably, for the Dallas Cowboys. Well, they got a chance against the Giants to finish 8-1. So solid victory.
As well. 1 year and signing bonus of $1 million, but literally 1 year, $500,000 contract.
See, here's the thing. I could totally see Jerry being like, well, we can leverage. We've got Ryan Flanoy, and he'll try to use that to leverage George Pickens. Oh, man. Pickens is so talented. I'm just thinking like, maybe my Broncos, but I'm also like, I don't know if I want that type of like energy in the locker room.
A team that needs to make a move for that guy. And I feel like they could possibly turn that into a number one, a good coaching staff, and keep him happy and everything. Tennessee Titans.
Oh, there you go.
Because, man,
I mean, why not? I mean, at that point, you just need somebody with some talent. If you can pick him up, I think the Titans are going to have a ton of cap space too. I gotta imagine. I don't think they have too many big contracts that they're really.
They got rid of a lot of it. They really had nobody.
Like Calvin Ridley might take up some space on that team. I mean, Harold Landry's gone. L'Jarius Sneed, I think, has a sizable contract. I mean, they could probably afford Pickens. I would say, yeah, you got to go for it.
That I feel like could be They're possible number one.
Yeah.
Let me just see their cap table here.
Okay.
Once this loads up.
I'm going to go ahead and take us over to the Lions Vikings game. Yeah. So those are an entertaining game, despite neither squad having a lot to play for, though.
Yeah.
And then, dude, the Vikings. This was just a Brian Flores masterclass, dude. I mean, that he had Jared Goff. Like, I mean, you think he'd be able to diagnose a little bit better, but all these crowded looks, but like that's that Flores special where you just have no idea who's coming, who's going. And it really confused the Lions offensive line as well. They took Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery out of the question. I mean, the Lions they tried to run the ball, but 30 carries for 68 yards. Just great coaching. You know, Max Brosmer, you know where he's limited at. So you kept him from making too many mistakes. He had 51 yards passing. They actually, as a team, only netted 3 total passing yards because the Lions got 7 sacks in this one. Again, I mean, the turnovers just killed Detroit, and that was the big difference maker, dude. They just, that's the problem with Jared Goff. He's not super mobile, and sometimes if you can just get after him,
all you need is just a good rushing angle, and that's freaking McDonald's.
He gives the ball away. He was St. Goff, man, just handing out presents. Andrew Van Ginkel was an absolute game wrecker in this one, dude.
Titans got 19 million available cap space.
That doesn't seem that high. Huh. Yeah, I think we might
That's
have to
it. That's in available cap space, though.
Might have to see how we're
That's
still in the regular season.
All the signings and everything.
Yeah.
So before we even hit the off season and any extensions or anything have even been discussed,
right?
That's how much they have available. Because if you click how much cap space they'd have in the year 2026, it's literally $114 million. And that's not even the first team in the league. They're third. Yeah. So there's another team that would have an insanely.
So I think that's what they have available for this league year, but like the next fiscal league year, they're going to have over. Okay, that makes sense. So I mean, that's good. They got some money to work with. I mean, you gotta make some moves, put some guys around this young quarterback. He's incredibly talented. Yeah, tough way for the Lions to go out. They were really good about protecting the football this year too. Besides this game, Minnesota
is built
on primetime television, looking to play the Grinch to Lions fans. They did it in a big way.
They literally had 51 passing yards, and that's like 10 net passing yards because that's some run after catch.
Yeah. I mean, dude, Detroit was a team like Goff this year. He had like 4,200 passing yards, 33 touchdowns, now like 7 interceptions. The Lions were a top 5 passing offense. They were a top 10 rushing offense. They've kind of struggled to run the ball and they've dropped back a bit. They were a top 3 scoring offense all year. I mean, they were averaging around 30 a game. And despite that, they're 8-8, potentially 8-9.
It's tough, man. Because I mean, leading up to these last 3 weeks, Jared Goff's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Statistically, 3rd in yards, 2nd in the touchdowns. They've just really
the defense struggled to stay healthy too. But I think the big thing that killed them is that they stayed aggressive doing all that 4th down stuff. And they were just nowhere near as effective converting it this year. And that killed them. I think that there was so many games. There was all these points left on the board from going forward instead of taking a field goal. And then all these short fields that other teams had to work with. They just were nowhere near as successful converting fourth downs this year. And I think that if I could point to the biggest reason, I think that was the reason that the Lions weren't as successful this year.
Sucks too, man, because they had Jahmyr Gibbs was literally the highest scoring player across all fantasy football leagues.
He had a fantastic year.
A 55-point game not too long ago to help my squad. I mean, it was rough for them though. This game, they got attacked by this defense, just pressured all day long. I'd say it's an unacceptable performance from Goff. I mean, but this guy had an insane year. Right. It's kind of an unacceptable performance from many sides of the ball here for the Detroit Lions. Because you got to get into the playoffs with this roster.
They kind of just, Flores just bullied them. The Vikings defense just bullied them. That was what it was. They just got big broed.
You'd think, like, man, this got to be a playoff roster. Every single season.
If they could have stayed healthy on the defensive side of the ball, and if Dan Campbell was a little more willing to take points, I think that maybe we'd be talking about the Lions in a different situation.
There's moments that they did too, and they had misses from Bates, which was rough. And I mean,
back to the drawing board for next season, I suppose.
Yeah. They still got a really solid team.
They do. I think Brian Flores, he might have coached his way into another head coaching role. All right, our last Christmas game, the Denver Broncos defeat the Kansas City Chiefs 20-13. And
let's talk about how you guys absolutely did just dominate them on every side of the ball. Third downs, fourth downs, total yards.
Oh my God.
Everything.
We were 11 of 18 on third downs. We were 1 for 1 on fourth downs. We had 303 total yards, so they're 139. Each team had 8 drives. We had our time of possession was 39.5 minutes. So basically double their time of possession. We did have one
of the game.
Yeah, we did have 1 interception, and they had 5 penalties to just there too. But this is where I come in. Like, we had 3 drives that were 8+ minutes again in this one. Like, Denver can be an elite ball control team, which is, I think, the best way for this team to be successful is just controlling the ball like that. And then there was a drop by Cortland Sutton in the end zone on third down. I mean, Bo fired an absolute laser, dude. It was perfect. There was some heat on it. It was a bit of a tough catch, but I mean, like, that's a ball, like, with Cortland, you expect them to catch. So weird drop there that we ended up having to settle for 3. The 1 interception, I mean, Bo did a great on third down, evades pressure, gets out of a collapsing pocket on the run, delivers a pretty accurate pass to little Jordan Humphrey on the sideline. But the Chiefs DB, I believe it was Christian Fulton, laid out for it. Like, he was, parallel to the ground, got in there, tipped it, and the way the ball bounced perfectly into Nick Bolton's awaiting hands. Like, Bolton had to dive, but he was able to make the catch.
It's just an insane play on the ball. I mean, you can't even really be upset about that.
That was like a good throw, like, considering it was 3rd and long, and like that was like, it was accurate for being on the run and under pressure. But that was a situation where the defense made a better play.
Yep.
And then we had some terrible penalties called against us. Ben Powers got a false start penalty for not even moving. He was still, and they called him for a false start, dude. Like, I mean, the entire Amazon Prime broadcast crew was dumbfounded by that. I think it's Terry McCulkey who's with them for.
Yep.
He had, like, even he was like, I have no idea how to what to say about that. Like that doesn't.
No, that's one of the worst calls
Like
you've ever
they
seen
couldn't
in your
find
life.
nothing. That was a horrible call. They called Patrick Surtain for pass interference when Chris Oluokun threw the ball 20 yards over everybody's head. So I like
no chance for anyone
yeah,
to
I'm
make a
like
play on the
they,
ball.
they
You
think
give them
that
a
ball was
penalty.
catchable. It landed 10 yards out of bounds. It almost went into the stands, and we're going to call pass interference on that. Okay. So that accounted for a huge chunk of their yardage. That put them in field goal range. They scored a touchdown off the interception. So, I mean, like, it was just like things like that where penalties and a great defensive play. The penalty kind of killed some momentum on a good Broncos drive. We ended up settling for 3. So that was about 4 points. The Chiefs got a touchdown off the interception. So bam, that's like 11 points. That's 7 points for them. So, and then 10 of their points kind of came from a fluky or just a crazy tipped interception and then a bad pass interference call. So like I'm saying, like this game could have easily been like 27 or 30-3 in the Broncos' favor.
Really easily. Yeah, absolutely no running game.
Right. I mean, we shut down Oluokun. We shut down the running game. We held the ball. We controlled the ball, man. It was they did put together a solid last drive, but like I mean, we kind of kicked their butts. I just think there were some weird, some things that just went the Chiefs' way.
Yeah.
Like we just kind of got unlucky. And that's it. That's really, I think, the only reason this game was close.
Yeah, they had nothing going. They couldn't even get more than like 50 yards out of Travis Kelce.
Right. I mean, like 2 of our 8+ minute drives, just because of penalties and some drops, ended up being field goals instead of touchdowns. But I mean, like if you like think like we went on 3 8+ minute drives and scored 3 touchdowns on all of those, like plus we could have, and then we probably would have been able to get like 1 or 2 more field goals out of that, maybe another touchdown drive. Like I just think it would have forced the Oluokun to have to throw the ball a lot more than they were probably comfortable with, which probably would have led to takeaways. So I'm not too concerned that this was a close game. I think like we were just more unlucky than everything. Now we're not going to have Herbert next week at home against the Chargers. Should be able to lock up the 1 seed. And I think, if we can play the way we played against the Raiders in Vegas and the Chiefs and Arrowhead, just putting together long drives and not giving the other team the football a whole lot, I think the Broncos will have a good chance to win football games.
Sean Payton, he can do that.
Yeah,
he can do that. That's not really that too hard of a task.
I mean,
you guys you're down your running back 1, but I feel like Harvey is still giving you guys that, and you guys are using McLaughlin.
Yeah, Harvey and McLaughlin have been a solid 1-2 combination. And like against Jacksonville, we were running the ball pretty well. We just got away from it because we kind of got down quickly. We've been letting Bo use his legs a little bit. So he had a rushing touchdown in this one and a passing touchdown. 128 yards. We're averaging around 4 carries. So, I mean, like, yeah, we do that. And I mean, just these long, sustained drives, I think, are firstly, they're going to frustrate the defense. You're going to be playing against some tougher quarterback competition, but it's going to frustrate some elite QBs. Like, I mean, if you're playing like guys like Josh Allen or Herbert, Lamar Jackson, like what's going to frustrate them is if they have to sit on the bench for a long time. That's going to be tough. It's going to keep them from getting in rhythm. It's just, I think that'll be just the best way for the Broncos to play, to be super successful this postseason. Ball control offense, and then the defense is fresh all game. I mean, like, and it showed in this one. I mean, they were flying around to the ball. All right, Let's get over to our Saturday games. The Texans squaring off against the Chargers.
Two teams with a lot of implications on this one. Chargers were hoping and praying that they could get that last game against you guys to be for the 1 seed in the AFC and for the division. But taken down by just a hungry Houston Texans team. Figured out something in that offensive line.
Like they're
going.
Stroud started great. He hit Higgins for a 75-yard touchdown. He hit Knoll for a 43-yard touchdown. They got up to a 14-0 lead. And then the offense only was able to manage 2 more field goal drives after that. In fact, those were both in the second half of the game. And like Herbert, man, he was his team's leading rusher. His one interception, Oronde Gadsden had the football, hit him in the hands like this. I mean, that you're an NFL tight end.
That's a catch.
The ball is there's a little heat on it. Herbert was under pressure. He had to fire it in there.
You got to catch that.
But I mean, you're an NFL wide receiver. That ball hits you in the hands above your heads.
Yeah, no.
You got to bring that. It bounces right off of that into Azeez Al-Shaair's hands.
Yeah, like that's something you got to make that catch.
Yeah, that's what's going to kill the Chargers. Their O-line just was atrocious. Herbert was under siege all day. He got sacked 5 times. He was constantly scrambling and having to make plays with his legs. His defense did force a couple of takeaways. They picked off CJ Stroud 2 times. Like Stroud did not really play well after
those opening drives.
The 2 opening drives. It was really a struggle for the Texans.
They got to a hot start.
As a whole. Like Jesse Minter, he's been one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. Because the Chargers defense has been pretty good all season, but he just the guys on the other side of the ball just be failing Herbert. I think there was some more drops, not just from Gadsden, but I don't think they have total drops on here. But
this has got to be the offseason where they go after a legitimate number 1 target or get a young star wide receiver.
He just hasn't really been able to do that. But the problem is you gotta hope your offensive line can stay healthy. You lost Alt and Schlater. That was a big thing. So if they're healthy, like your tackles are good, but it's the interior of the offensive line. That's
real depth.
Because that's the big problem is that Herbert sees pressure almost instantaneously because
the D tackles are getting a blocking win.
Or if they run stunts with a stunt to get the D end inside, or they blitz a linebacker up the middle. I mean, there are just so many instances where like the center or the guard will he won't recognize the blitz coming, and they get on an unnecessary double team, and there's just a free rusher running straight up the A gap. Yeah. And it's like, as a quarterback, what are you supposed to do there? Because now immediately, you don't even have time to hit your drop back and skin. You have to start moving immediately, and the plays just break down.
They were not able to get on the same page.
And then
it's been like that all year long.
Like Harbaugh, he likes to run this real like between the tackles run scheme, get upfield with or run between the tackles, and they just can't do that.
Work when your guards and your center are out of sync with the tackles.
And so they just haven't been able to run the ball super well all year. It makes sense to shut down Herbert and try to just keep him rested for the postseason, but I think you're likely probably gonna, if the Bills beat the Jets, now you're probably looking at being the 7th seed and having to go to New England.
Yeah,
I think
that'll be tough.
Yeah, that'll be
I feel like they could be successful in like stretch run game if they have Alt back next year, but I also want to see what they do. What are they going to do to build on that offensive line in this draft and in this offseason? Because some of their guys, it might like thank you for everything that you've done. Guys like Mekhi Becton having a really down year. It might be okay. He's on a contract year. Might be time to thank you for everything you've done. Time to move on.
That'll immediately be the biggest thing is like you got to get the offensive line. I think if you can protect Herbert, I don't know if it matters so much what the weapons you have around him are. I think that's just the biggest thing is like
he elevates his guys.
Being able to protect him. And then I don't know, like if Jesse Minter is still there, try to get him some talent on the defensive side of the ball. Or if he's not there, I mean, yeah, like still up your defensive talent. So
Houston Texans, man, gotta be my team's out of it. One team I want to roll with. I'm going with the Houston Texans.
This is a championship caliber defense, dude. I mean, Will Anderson is really like he is having like quietly one of the best seasons rushing the passer. I mean, 12 like he's got 12 sacks, 3 forced fumbles. His pressure rate is insane, and I mean he is just such a disruptive force, man. Him and Danielle Hunter, I think that's. I mean they lead the best defensive line, or at least tied for the best defensive line in the NFL. And then it's so many elite cover guys on the back end.
Petrie, Kabari Lassiter, Jalen Petrie. So many guys in that secondary. Even Henry To'oTo'o, he was really good last year, just like flying to the football, being really explosive and making tackles. This year he's done a lot better in coverage and in that run scheme, in that run fit as a linebacker for him too.
And if Houston can get
versatile,
the CJ Stroud of the first quarter and the CJ Stroud that was playing against like Arizona and the Raiders and some of those other guys, they can be a force if they can continue to run the ball like they did with Woody Marks and Jawar Jordan. Like this would be a tough team to stop. Nico Collins is one of the best receivers in the NFL. He's having a really cool, like I think just underrated season just because of how, like the defense is getting a lot of attention because that's been what's keeping Houston in it. But I mean, Nico's quietly caught like 71 balls for 1,117 yards and 6 touchdowns. So he's got some of the best hands in the league. He's an elite deep threat, and he's got great. His ability to make tough catches is like second to none. He's really good. Will they be a wild card or will they be
a division winner?
That's what we're gonna have to see.
One team that's looking to make that same kind of noise, Baltimore Ravens, after dominating the Packers on the ground with their boy Derrick Henry. Man, both teams with their backup quarterback in. What's there really to say?
I mean, I'll say like Baltimore, you gotta build off of this, dude. Like you see the success. I mean, like even with like Micah Parsons was never like a spectacular run defender. He was pretty good against it, but like the Packers all year have been pretty good against the run. And I mean, you guys just big broed them all game. I mentioned it earlier, 36 carries for 216 and 4 touchdowns. You guys had 307 yards on the ground.
Dang.
Yeah. And then asked Tyler Huntley to throw it a lot, but he was very efficient with it, 16 to 20, only 107 yards and a touchdown. And I got to say, we got to give Malik Willis his props, man. 18 to 21 for 288 and a touchdown. Plus 6, he was their leading rusher with 60 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Matt LaFleur, why did Josh Jacobs touch the football 4 times? Like, what were you doing? Like, he just like wasn't ever out there. It was a very interesting coached game out of him. I'm perplexed. Good game out of Christian Watson. 5 catches for 113. Baltimore, I think the defense is playing better.
He deserves another shot there, Malik Willis. He deserves another chance.
He does. Maybe he'll end up on the team. I don't know. I think the Packers like having him as a guy that can come in and do this for you. I mean, like, you can't pin any of the loss on him. I mean, that defense just got
they got torched,
pushed around, and I just don't know what like LaFleur was doing. Like he didn't try to like establish a run game at all, unless it was like with Malik's legs. And he only got sacked for one time. So like he was doing a good job of avoiding pressure. Jeff Hadley had no answers for Derrick Henry.
Oh. Yeah, it was a lot of this point of attack, man. The Ravens won it. I mean, it's probably the best performance we've seen out of the offensive line from them all season long in the running and passing game.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Lie.
If offensive line can continue to play like this, you make the postseason, Lamar Jackson stays healthy. I think that would be a good sign for the Baltimore Ravens. You're going to have to give Henry the football 25 plus times again. I don't care. Like, find a way to make it happen. Don't get scared. Don't go away from him. I mean, because like I felt like the run started to get longer and longer too as the game went on, man. I mean, he's a volume back. He will run a team into submission. That'll help your defense, which has had its struggles at points. And then, I mean, like now, you've got Lamar. So you've got the guy that can, if he's healthy, the back's all right. You've got a guy that can make plays in the passing game. I wouldn't sleep on Baltimore. I think they can probably beat Pittsburgh too.
I think so too. If they control the ground game like they did.
Like, not having DK Metcalf is going to be devastating for the Steelers.
Yeah, and I mean, Rodgers missed Gainwell. Easy passes. MVS and him were not on the same page all game. He just wouldn't stop targeting him. I mean, dude, that game is all over the place for the Steelers.
Draymond Jones has been one of the sneaky best trades. The Ravens' just ability to get pressure. They've been able to, they're getting some more sacks, but just like his ability to generate pressure. He didn't even have any sacks in this one, but he's been getting after quarterbacks, and they're like helping the team overall get more pressure because he's just been that much of a factor. Like a sneaky good ad at the trade deadline. Sneaky good.
Team that you didn't really expect to be making those kind of moves.
Yeah.
This is kind of a big what if season for them. The AFC North, kind of like last year. It's like, what if? It's been rough. It's been rough. But to open up Sunday, man, AFC North, happy, not so playoff hopeful Cincinnati Bengals got their 37-14 win. Burrow played solid. Chase Brown played solid.
I think
Lamar played solid.
If you're a Bengals fan, despite how bad everything's gone this season, these last few weeks have to just give you a huge sigh of relief because Burrow's having fun out there. The team looks good. The defense is playing better. And you're just crushing teams. And so that's like, I feel confident that Burrow's going to see what they've got here and want to come back, and try to build on what they got. Chase Brown's been looking really good in the running game. I think they've got a decent amount of draft picks. I don't know what the cap situation is going to be, but you can just get Burrow a little more protection on the O-line, and the defense can kind of play similar to this level. Like Bengals could definitely be a force in the league next year. So let's see. Like Chase had 2 touchdowns in this one. Brown had 2 touchdowns in this one. And they just shut down the Cardinals' running game. A lot of Jacoby Brissett's yardage and stuff coming in garbage time here. And they've scored 92 points in their past 2 games. So they've outscored opponents like 92-35 in their past 2 games.
They've clearly been having a little bit more fun.
They're looking like they're having fun out there. I think this will help shut down Burrow trade rumors.
And retirement rumors.
All that.
Still young and spry. Still a leader of this team.
And you look at how much the Ravens and the Steelers struggled, and you got to think like, okay, if we can keep number 9 healthy next season, we've got Chase and Higgins locked up for a few more years. I think they've got Chase Brown under contract for another year or 2. We can build out if we can build off of our defensive success. I mean, we're ripe to take the North next year. I mean, we could easily be the best team in the North,
right there.
And easily and have ourselves an easy path potentially, to the Super Bowl.
T. Higgins
and be right back there.
Will be on a contract year in 2029. So he's locked up. Let's see Jamar. Jamar Chase is on his contract until 2029 as well. He's got 2 extra years on there that are, I believe, team options or player options. That's just 2 years void. Their next highest contract other than Joe Burrow is Orlando Brown. He's locked up for the next couple of years till 2027. I mean, Mike Gesicki, you can move on from him. He's not really making that much money either.
Yeah.
Like, there really isn't that many people making that much money. They cleared up some cap space right now before the next fiscal year even starts. They are 3rd in open cap space with $36 million. Right before the fiscal year starts, and they're going to be top 5 in 2026. They're going to have 109 million open in the books to make some moves.
All right, I want to highlight one guy really fast, and that on the Cardinals though, who's been
Michael Wilson.
Okay, maybe 2 guys because I actually am a big fan of Michael Wilson, but I want to talk about Trey McBride.
Good. Oh yeah. The CSU legend.
100% the best tight end in the NFL. There's no debate about that, man. What he's done this year broke the single season record for tight ends in terms of receptions. I mean, he's tied for 1st in the NFL in receiving yards. In receiving and receptions. He's 6th in receiving yards and tied for 2nd in the receiving touchdowns, averaging almost 10 yards a reception on this year.
Yeah, he's been killing it.
Right. He's just been the definition.
He's a fantasy monster, getting all those catches and having one of the top players scoring wise in fantasy football.
I'm not even
season. He's just getting fed the rock.
And I mean, like, let's look at how old he is. He's
young. He's only played a couple of years.
He's only 26. So he'll be 27 next year. Oh, he was really born 20 days after I was. Yeah, he might honestly be a 1st round pick in fantasy football drafts next year. Like, he is just that good, man. Like this is levels of production we've only really seen out of like guys like Kelsey, Gronk, Antonio Gates, maybe
Jimmy Graham.
Yeah. I don't see I don't see any reason why he wouldn't be able to repeat that. I think he's still in contract with the Cardinals. He's just that security blanket for him, and like it's hard to be able to just cover him if what's his Marvin Harrison and Michael Wilson are both healthy too. Like they'll be a tough team to cover.
They're another team, man, that's going to be interesting in this offseason.
Yeah. they're a squad. They only won 3 games, but like, man, the talent there is undeniable. It's just like, why didn't it? Like, they've got a lot of upside. I think they got to figure out the quarterback situation. And I think they need a new coaching staff, I think is a big thing too. Like Wilson had himself, I mean, despite like not seeing the field a whole lot early in the season, he's in the, like, he really didn't like start getting major reps until like the midway point of the season. And he's gone for 73 catches for 907 and 6 touchdowns. Like, I mean, I think he's the best wide receiver on the Cardinals. As crazy as that might sound, I think he's the best receiver they got.
And it's tough that they just don't have a quarterback.
I mean, Jacoby Brissett, like, he's been solid. I mean, despite not even being the starter, 3,100 yards, 21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Like, I really think ultimately it's more a lot of it's the coaching staff, because like there's a lot of talent on the defense, and then injuries, and I think the offensive line needs a rework.
Yeah,
they were terrible running the football, and losing James Conner so early, and then they were never really able to settle on who was the new guy to come back. Like, Conner went down, Trey Benson was hurt, and so I think that hurt them. They just were really lacking talent in the running game behind a subpar offensive line. And like, there's some talent on the defense there for sure. The corners couldn't stay healthy. Like, guys like Will Johnson, honestly, if he was able to be on the field more, might be in the defensive rookie of the year conversation.
Oh, yeah.
I think Josh Sweat was quietly having a really great season.
Calais Campbell
for them. I mean,
was ageless wonder
there on the defensive line. What's that one guy's name? I like Buda Baker, but that's not who I'm talking about. He's been good there too. What's his name? I think Xavion Collins has a lot of upside too, man. I think they just need like a new coaching staff just in general. Like, Jonathan Gannon hasn't been too successful there. I don't think this defensive coordinator really put some of these guys in the best position to succeed. I mean, early on in the season, that defense was looking good. It just, as the injuries piled
secondary.
up.
It was rough, man.
Mm-hmm.
Kyler Murray,
I think he's
on a 5-year
gone.
deal right now. Woodby is on a team option. He's on contract all the way up until 2029. He's got the team option in 2028.
I don't know. Maybe
there's also a potential out if they don't hit the dead cap space, that they would be able to get out of the contract and not lose as much money, and it would end the deal at 6 years, 219 mil.
Maybe they keep him, but I really think if you're the Cardinals, you got to be thinking like, we got to see if we can find a new guy in this draft. It's going to be a solid quarterback class, better than last year. Not a bad year to take a QB.
And make it competitive. I think that's what they need for Kyler Murray.
Maybe they'll give him a shot in his arm, you know?
Yeah. He's been a starter for so long, guaranteed starter with this team, despite
he usually has
success and all that.
Strong starts to the season, too.
Exactly. Usually has strong starts to the season. Like the year that they went, or they were like 9-1 to start out the season, and then I don't even think they made the playoffs.
They did, but they got knocked out in the first round.
Like, they've had no success. I don't think you can really guarantee him as your starter for this team next year, and that might wake him up a bit. You know, that might get him back in the swing.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go to Cleveland. The ugly defensive battle, a 13-6 victory for the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers was 21-39, man.
It was a horrible game from him, honestly.
Yeah, he missed
playing well.
Missed Kenneth Gainwell for would have probably been a walk-in touchdown on 4th and goal.
That would have pretty much been the game too.
I mean, the Browns were struggling mightily on offense too. They lost Harold Fannin Jr. pretty early in this game. They were without Quinshon Judkins.
They haven't had David Njoku for a number of weeks now.
So, I mean, that left, like guys like, like Shador's throwing to Jerry Jeudy, who's trash, Cedric Tillman, Isaiah Bond, who's a rookie. Like some of these guys, Malachi Corey, some of these guys I've never heard of before. Who's Brendan Bates? Raheem Sanders, man. Blake Whiteheart. UFL legend, Arlington Renegades legend, Sal Cannella. Got the nod after Fannin went down. Yeah, dude, he was tearing it up in the UFL. But yeah, like in this one, like Rodgers just forgot how to read defenses. I mean, like he would see pressure coming, and my guy Film Watchers, he had the all 22 shown, like perfectly shown it. Like, I mean, it's the Steelers play call was beat the pressure, it beat the blitz and the coverage, but Rodgers just didn't even he wouldn't even look to where the open guy would be.
Exactly.
I mean, the second the ball snapped, he immediately is going to the guy that's getting one-on-one pressed up the sideline, and just throw a jump ball to him. And it's not like, that's DK Metcalf, that's one thing, but you're throwing this stuff to Adam Thielen, Scotty Miller, and NVS. No wonder you're not going to have a high rate of success in this one.
Well, it's the craziest thing about it is that MVS has 7 targets. Half of those is bothmək them felt like they're giving up on the game. There's one-on-one ball on the 3rd and goal right before the incomplete and missed pass to Gainwell. Literally, it was a in-breaking route for MVS that he got beat to the inside leverage on. So he just gave up on the route and started turning it back outside, and it was an incompletion. Aaron Rodgers completely misread where he was going to go. It's both of them just didn't even care.
That was bad communication. Yeah, the first 2 throws he threw to him, it was Rodgers was expecting him in one spot and MVS was in a different one. And then the last one, he gave him a shot to jump at it, but that's a tough catch with one of the best cornerbacks in football guarding you, and Denzel Ward. I don't know, Rodgers just 3 straight times was MVS versus Denzel Ward. That's the matchup. I like that. I want to attack. What?
Forcing it.
Why? And that's a situation where you're man, you that now you miss DK Metcalf because he's just big body, you can throw it up high, let him go get it. That might have worked.
Yeah.
Don't try the I don't know. I think they were out of timeouts, but didn't try. I mean, they might have had one. You didn't want to try a run play there if you do have the timeout.
Craziest thing about this DK suspension, I don't condone them hitting the fans, obviously. That's going to get you suspended. But there was a primetime game last year. Seahawks-Lions in Detroit. Same fan. Same player. DK Metcalf. Same scenario, except this time it was just DK telling the security and other people in the crowd telling the security that this guy was acting up.
Yeah, I'd heard that.
They didn't do anything about it.
He had reported that fan to the NFL and they didn't do anything.
They didn't even report it to the Steelers. So no one in the Steelers organization knew about this guy's past and everything. Gets into the game. Obviously, DK shouldn't have swung on the guy. But at the same time,
I feel like you can put a little fault on the NFL and the Lions and everything for just clearly this guy had antagonized DK last year, was trying to do it again. But ultimately, I mean, you got to keep your cool, not try to just report them to security. Punching the guy is not.
Yep.
Ultimately, I think more of the responsibility falls on you than the NFL. But something That guy should have been flagged. Like there's something should have come out of this if he reported this guy to security and to the league office.
It wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah.
Just last season. In this game, though, was kind of the stink show. The Browns are in a rough spot. Got some upside with Shough. The Steelers looking like the same old Steelers. 10-win, 9-win team that makes the playoffs and says goodbye in the first round. Packs their bags to Cancun, wherever they're headed for vacation.
Like, because it's the Browns, they probably will find some ways to mess this up. But this is not, you think about it, this is a team that isn't that far off. The offensive line's pretty bad. They've got some good young running backs. They really have no, like, an atrocious slate of weapons in the passing game. They're going to need some work there. But I mean, like, the defense has been really good all season. You got the best defensive player in the world on your team. A really young, exciting young tight end and fan. And, you know, if you can get some more weapons around there and some better protection for Shough, like that, I don't think this team's that far off from being able to be competitive. But it's the Cleveland Browns, so they probably will find some ways to.
They're going to stink it up.
They're going to continue to believe in Jerry Jeudy and draft like four offensive linemen who are all going to be bust or something.
Now, I think the two teams that got the most hype and the most promise for their future played in this next matchup on the slate, and that's the New Orleans Saints and the Tennessee Titans. HD, man.
Yeah.
This was by far, to me, the game of the weekend because I got to watch every moment of it, and by gosh, were these two guys dealing with each other. I want to start with Cam Ward.
Yeah.
There's a couple throws here that he made that I want to talk about that are genuinely the reason why I'm putting him at number one in the rookie quarterbacks race. He just barely takes it over Shough just because of this game alone.
Dude,
we're a top 10 defense. First off, made a throw to a guy for his second catch of the year, rolling out of the pocket to his right-hand side, dodging the pressure, throws up a deep ball. Alontae Taylor doesn't even turn around because he's stride for stride with, where it's this dude, Mason Kinsey. He's stride for stride with Mason Kinsey. He doesn't even turn around. This ball is so perfectly placed. It goes right underneath Alontae Taylor's arm, straight into the bucket for Mason Kinsey, diving for his second catch of the year. And this is after we're already coming and steamrolling down 10 unanswered points in the third quarter. This is what they were answering back at us with on this drive. They made that play. My jaw dropped. And we somehow, some way, willed our defense into getting stopping them for 3. But later on in the next possession, the 3rd and 9 conversion, he steps up in the pocket through pressure, jukes out Chase Young, running away from Carl Granderson while getting his jersey, pants, and like towel pulled down, throws a dart across the middle to Alec Iomanner, who is pretty much in triple coverage, and somehow he comes away with that ball.
He's
been dominant.
If you've got the all 22, man, you got to put on the Cam Ward tape.
You got to. He's got
his ability to his accuracy while throwing off base, his ability to create off the scramble, his touch and arm strength that he has while he's on the move. I mean, he's been under siege for a lot of the season, but it is just like, I mean, just some of the most beautiful thrown footballs.
Oh yeah,
you will see.
He knows where to put it, where he throws with timing. Some of the best I've seen in a while, like for this young of a quarterback, like, and for your off balance claim there, I could easily second that because
and did this
4th and 11, another play where the pocket completely broke down. Cam Ward ran up escaped pressure, dove completely forward. It was called down. His knee was down before he got rid of the ball, but
I was just
literally
about to bring that point up.
dove like it was looking pretty Mahomey. You can't even lie. The full parallel dive throw. He was just down like this much.
Yeah.
Literally had a split second.
His knee just grazed the grass a little bit, which probably as he was like trying to spring himself back up to make that throw. That was, I mean, it didn't
It's incredible.
count, but that was one of the most incredible throws I've ever seen. I mean, you're falling down, the awareness to like, no, there's my check down. Like, I'm going to go down, like throwing that sidearm as you're falling parallel to the ground. This guy is special. He's going to be a special talent. Well worth the number 1 overall pick.
Oh, yeah,
Tennessee
easily.
Titans, you got to get this guy some help. I mean, this is
some help.
the most talent deficient roster in the NFL.
But,
Hands down.
somehow they're playing really good football, man, because Shamari DK, one of the best return men in the league right now with over 1,000 return yards, and he's got over 1,000 receiving yards, I believe.
Yeah.
No, only 300, but he's one of the first players in Titans franchise history as a rookie to get over 2,000 yards from scrimmage.
So
he's been really good.
I mean, they've got some guys that I like DK and Isla Manor. I both really like. And then Cedric Gray. I think he's been
really good rookie.
Super good for them on the defensive side of the ball. I'm pretty sure he's actually one of the top 5 leaders in the NFL in tackles. Yeah, he's number 5. He's got 156 this year.
And second in solo tackles. He's at 94.
Yeah.
Solo tackles. He's been killing it. The Tennessee Titans have a lot of hope, but there's one team that I think genuinely, win or lose on Sunday, this team is going to make a case for the NFC South Championship next year. And it's Tyler Shough and the New Orleans Saints, man. 22 of 27, 333, and 2 touchdowns in another pretty crazy comeback victory on the road for Tyler Shough. He gets it done. Some beautiful, great throws.
Dude, him and
just
Olave.
picking apart the zone.
I like him and
game.
Olave already seem like they have a great connection too.
They're locked in. I'm glad he got to spend that time on the scout team because he got to learn everybody. You know what the adversity that we faced, the guys that are coming up when somebody gets injured and it's next man up. He's already been on the scout team with that guy for half the year. They've worked together. They've worked on what they like to do in the walkthroughs and at practice. So they're having fun out there. It's been really exciting, man. He had some off-schedule plays, good plays where he's reading the defense at the line, changed the play, and just picking apart the Titan zone. Because in the first half, we had no run game at all. We had 17 rushing yards in the first half to his 97 passing yards, but he was 10 for 11 and no turnovers. No picks. He was 10 for 11. He was our leading rusher at half as well with 9 rushing yards without taking a sack at that point in the first half. So, I mean, he was still playing his best despite our offensive miscues. We had a missed field goal, a fumble, a 17-yard punt because the wind was so crazy that gave them a touchdown on their opening drive. It was like a lot of mistakes in the first half killed us, but this was one of our best team wins this year. I mean, we had to rally back the most points we've ever been down. We needed big plays from everybody. It didn't matter who it was, just make something happen.
Dude, Shough was lights out, man. 22 of 27, 333 and 2 tuds.
He needs to get the rookie of the year, man. And Kellen Moore needs to be on watch for could be potentially one of the best coaches in the league here soon because he knows how to dial it up to Olave and just use his speed and timing on his routes to really just work in that one-on-one coverage. We had 2 pretty much touchdowns on a double move where Olave fakes that short inbreaker and just takes off down the sideline for an out route. We got one in the red zone for a touchdown and one that led us to our second passing touchdown of the day to Kevin Austin Jr. And I mean, Juwan Johnson being a safety blanket, Kellen Moore's figured out what to do with these guys. I'm just kind of disappointed that we got into a rhythm so late because, man, all of our division games were so late in the season that we really just needed to get a couple more wins earlier in the year. And we were just this close to getting those games too. That's why I think it is not crazy for this team to be in the conversation to win the NFC South next year.
The winner of the South is going to maybe have 8 or 9 wins. So it's like you could be.
If we win next
really
week,
just a few games
one
back.
game back.
Yeah.
We're going to be one game back.
So just, crazy. I think they've got a lot of upside here.
I'm loving it,
New
man.
Orleans.
I'm happy. The craziest thing about this game, though, that I really saw is that the Titans' offensive line was really not that bad in the second half in the pass protection. And they had the lead, so they really didn't need to be passing as much as they did. It was just the Saints' defensive line was dominating. All we wanted to do was stop Tony Pollard, man. He had to fight for those 85 yards, 18 carries. They were not able to get anything going with him in the red zone. And after we came out and got that touchdown in the third quarter to Kevin Austin, we were on fire. A big shout out as well to Audric Estime, who's continuing his resume with us, man. He didn't have a lot of carries in the first half. Went out, matched our rushing yards in our opening touchdown drive, matched our first half rushing yards in 3 carries in our opening drive in the second half. Exploded a 32-yard touchdown run that pretty much looked like he's going down in the backfield. Breaks it outside, down the sideline. All the second level blocks were still held. Nobody gave up on the game. Nobody gave up on the play. And we go up by 8. We can just cruise, clock control, try to get after Cam Ward. And I mean,
you guys might have a sick little trio of backs next year with Estime, Neal, and Kamara.
And we still got Kendre Miller.
Nice.
They all had insane outings for us and made some big plays. I mean, it's this is the one area of our team where we have some options. Like, who are we going to keep? It feels weird to say that it could come down to a situation like, who are we going to keep? Who's going to stay? And who's going to go? But I got just a few more words for this game. And it's only just to prove that Tyler Shough needs that Rookie of the Year. Because he added himself into a record book with some pretty good company, I'd say. Rookies in the Super Bowl era with 300-plus passing yards and no interceptions in back-to-back games. He joins a club with Joe Burrow and Dak Prescott.
All right.
Only 2 rookie quarterbacks in this era of the NFL to have back-to-back 300-yard games with no interceptions, no turnovers. He had, in this 4-game winning streak, back-to-back game-winning drives against division opponents, 3 comebacks, and a dominant win at home in our finale against the Jets. In a small sample size, he has, I think, been the best rookie. If you look at the longevity and maybe the overall career future, you got to give it to Cam Ward. But I think in the recent success and what they can do with his career, he's still going to be a 2-contract guy. 26 that seems old, but it's really not that old at all. Like, you're still going to get some time to play in the league. You're just right there in your prime.
Like a minimum of like a good decade of playing time at least. That's a long time.
But whoever at Bleacher Report graded the New Orleans Saints 2025 draft class a D-, I want to see who did that.
Yeah.
I want to see who gave that out. Because look at Kelvin Banks Jr., been one of the best rookie offensive linemen in the entire league.
Definitely.
Tyler Shough at 40th overall. Favorite to win Rookie of the Year now. 8 starts into his career. And got the Saints ending our year on a hot start. Vernon Broughton, really solid rotational defensive line piece that is going to work himself into the rotation. He saw some more time because Brian Brisset got injured. So he's definitely going to see the field some in this Falcons game. Jonas Sanker, second, third round pick. I mean, this guy is a future star at strong safety for us. He's got ball hawk really energy. He loves to make a play on the ball, try to get those pass breakups, interceptions, big hits, just wherever the ball is, see ball, get ball with Jonas Sanker. It's been really fun. Danny Stutzman, dominant performer, like in his rotational minutes at linebacker because he's backing up Demario Davis, who's been one of the top tacklers in the league right now. I mean, he's going to see the field a lot more. But Danny Stutzman plays with that similar energy where he goes and has aggressiveness in the run game and tries to plug gaps instead of waiting for the running back to hit the hole. He tries to get in there and make the play and make the hit for the defense and get a big stuff at the line. Whereas when, Pete Werner comes in, he's more of a coverage guy. So he doesn't really attack as hard when he's going to make a tackle. Quincy Riley worked his way into the starting lineup and has been very, very good for us. Aside from getting hurt and being out for the season, Devin Neal stepped up into a big role to succeed. This was the first time that we saw him, but Moliki Motaivao, the tight end, Jack Stoll got hurt. This guy came in, got a couple catches, made some key blocks on run plays for Estime, and stepped into his role very nicely. The only person that we really haven't seen see the field at all is Fadil Diggs, our last pick, our last edge rusher.
Which, I mean, got that's tough to get your 7th rounders on the field.
If anything,
year one,
I would give this 2025 Saints draft class an A-, because the majority of these guys are on the field, and boy, are they doing it at a very high level. And they've been elevating the team.
All right, okay, man.
I'm jumping off the trash can. We're 6 and 10. That's not a soapbox anymore. It's a dumpster.
Nice. I'm gonna move us along. I want to get a chance to cover Sunday Night Football. We got about 13 minutes left here. Chicago Bears, San Francisco 49ers. I mean, right from the start, fantastic game. We had a pick 6. Niners didn't get discouraged, didn't get down on themselves. They just drive right down the field, score a touchdown. I mean, we had it was 42 points scored, and there were still 12 minutes to go in the second quarter. Good old-fashioned shootout here. Great quarterback duel. Caleb Williams went for 330 and 2 touchdowns.
What a game.
You had Brock Purdy, 303 and 3 touchdowns. And Purdy also 28 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. So 5 total TDs out of Brock Purdy. He was 24 of 33. So, I mean, the ball did not hit the ground a whole lot. Doing this with no Brandon Ayuk, no George Kittle. It was Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall stepping up and taking that role. On the other side, Luther Burden, breakout game for him. 8 receptions for 138 yards. Colston Loveland, 6 grabs for 94 yards and a touchdown. That looks like the Bears got 2 stud pass catchers, though, in this year's draft. Those guys have been really fantastic as of late. And they were able to do all this with no Rome Odunze, no Olamide Zaccheaus as well. Swift adding 2 touchdowns on the ground. Chicago really didn't run the ball a whole lot. Only 22 carries for 110, which is solid, but they were putting the ball in Caleb Williams' hands a lot. I think he played really well. There were a few times where he just didn't read his progressions or didn't go through them correctly. and missed some open guys. There were probably about 3 instances where he had like a wide open player, but his eyes got away from that spot too fast for whatever reason. But San Fran the past 2 weeks has scored 100 points, and the yardage is just piling up in this game. I mean, it doesn't look like, if they can get fully healthy for the postseason, even if they don't have Ayuk, but like Kittle's back, I mean, man, who's going to be able to stop this offense? They are looking like an absolute juggernaut offensively right now.
They're on fire. They got 180 scrimmage yards and a touchdown out of Christian McCaffrey, who I think has got to win comeback player of the year.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it's got to go to him, or maybe even you could argue that my boy Chris Olave even be in that conversation for it.
I think it's got to be McCaffrey with coming off that injury. He's got over 1,000 rushing yards and over 1,000 receiving yards.
Yeah, he's dominant.
He's done that second time he's done that in his illustrious career. I think he's close. He needs 110 more receiving yards actually, but I mean,
pretty dang close.
I wouldn't put that out. I mean, he almost hit 1,000 regardless after the injury, and 17 total touchdowns. And he's protecting the ball. He's only fumbled 2 times all year, and they haven't lost any of those. So he has been, just a model of efficiency. Kept them afloat when they had all those offensive injuries. And now that this offense is getting healthy, their starting quarterback is healthy. I mean, come on. Brock Purdy. You can't, they're going to tell me that you can't watch that game and think, oh, this guy's not elite. Come on now. That was an elite performance. Pocket manipulation, scrambling, throwing the ball down the field. I mean, he did everything really well. Only one mistake early on that pick 6 where he and I just think that the receiver didn't do a great job of selling the vertical before he came inside. I mean, that was the Chicago DB was all over that little inside slant.
Yeah, it's been the best defense in the league at generating interceptions and turnovers in general, the Chicago Bears. So they're going to read mistakes like that.
They're aggressive going after the ball. Like you got to sell better on that. But wow, this game was just cinematic. And I like Caleb Williams, some of the deep throws that he had and his ability to extend plays with the 49ers. I mean, they were getting some solid pressure on him all night. I mean, both teams really were, but they just weren't. I mean, I think this was just 2 of the best offensive minds in the game. I mean, it didn't really matter who was going to be calling defense. I mean, what's his name? Dennis Allen for the Bears and Saleh for the 49ers. I mean, both have been really good defensive coordinators all year. What Saleh's done with how banged up the 49ers have been, and then Eberflus.
That's incredible.
Or not Eberflus, Allen.
He's generating a bounce back.
Yeah, generating all those turnovers with this defense. But I mean, Kyle Shanahan and Ben Johnson just in the bag. And Brock Purdy, Caleb Williams were both just, dialed in.
Yeah, it didn't really matter what defensive play was called. They were just, the offenses in this game were dominating.
One of those games where the quarterbacks are just in a mode, and it's like you can't stop them. You just got to hope to, you got to just hope to make a big play at some point that's going to end up helping your team win. But like, you're going to probably just get carved up by these guys for the most part, and that's what happened. That's what happened all game.
Definitely the game of the year, though. I'm glad it came
right
during week 17 like this, because it's already been one of my favorite seasons to watch in the NFL.
Oh, dude, there have been so many fantastic games. I mean, if you could make a top 10 and still have 15 games with having an argument to be in the top 10 of games this year. It's just been, I mean, so incredible from week 1 all the way up to now. I mean, like the Ravens Bills week 1, there was a Sunday night 40-40 tie. There was Cowboys Giants in week 2, just to name a few. The Jets when they got their first win of the season, that comeback win. The Unk Bowl on Thursday Night Football, Seahawks Rams on Thursday Night Football. This game, the Broncos, 33 points in the third quarter.
So many amazing storylines for every team. Not so much the Jets, but their first one.
You know,
they had their first few games of the season be really competitive, and they were pretty fun to watch there.
I mean, both Patriots Bills games were fantastic. Patriots Ravens was a great game. That you had Chiefs Cowboys on Thanksgiving, Vikings Lions on Thanksgiving, or Lions Packers on Thanksgiving. Packers Steelers on Sunday Night Football. That's
list, great games. The list goes on.
Right. I mean, we could just open up the schedule, go week by week, and pick out every banger game. I think we'd have over 100 games or something like that this season. It's been one of the best, if not the best, regular season in recent memory. We still got one more week to go, plus the postseason. This was a great way to help cap off week 17. We got time for probably one more game, Caveman. What do you think? Who do you think we give the shout to?
You know, we should talk about the MVP conversation a little bit. We didn't really talk about the Patriots because they blew out the Jets.
Right, a dominant 42-10
5
win.
touchdowns. But what's going to happen now? Did Matthew Stafford give the award away to Drake May? Do they still give it to Stafford? Or if neither of them win it, who do you think does?
I think, all right, Stafford's going to have to try to win one more game against the Cardinals. Probably be able to put up some big numbers there. This game against Atlanta wasn't great, but I think overall in the season, I mean, Stafford has just been better with the, if we go to, pull up the NFL stat leaders here. I mean, both Stafford and May are top 5 in passing yards. Matthew Stafford's number 2, thrown for 4,448, 42 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. Drake's got 4,200 yards, 30 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. So they got the same amount of interceptions. I don't think overall Stafford didn't really play horrible in that game. Did have 238 or 269 and 2 touchdowns. Just had those three interceptions. He might have even had more yards, but he had a touchdown called back because of a holding. They had a big play that Puka called that would have put them in the red zone, called back due to an illegal formation. So
a lot of miscues in this.
I just think you can't take one bad game late in the season undermine everything Stafford and the Rams have done this season.
There's still a chance that they're the number 1 seed in the NFC.
And it's like, all right, let's be like Drake did 5 touchdowns is impressive. It was the Jets, all things considered. And I think just, overall, Stafford's faced tougher competition on this season. I think you've got to factor that in, like what he's done. He's some of the defenses he's had to play: the Texans, the Eagles, the Colts, the 49ers, and the Seahawks twice.
Yeah.
The Jaguars.
And the Patriots had
they did play the Saints, who have been record-wise not great, but statistically a top 10 defense in the league in terms of passing. Even the Cardinals and the Panthers were statistically a pretty solid defenses. So I just think where you look at Drake May, the Bills defense has been suspect this year. The Ravens, same thing. I think the Browns that's probably the toughest defense the Patriots really have had to throw against all season. If we go look at their schedule, they had the Steelers, who were getting gashed. That was early in the year, and they lost, and the Steelers were getting gashed by like Justin Fields and the Jets. Drake did have to play the Saints, the Browns. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a lot of. They did have the Panthers early in the season. I'm looking like Titans, the Jets twice, the Dolphins twice, the Giants, the Bengals, Raiders. I think Stafford's he's got better numbers against better competition. I don't think one bad game. It wasn't even like he was terrible. It just, the ball got away from him a few times. And he was just being aggressive, trying to get his team back in, and it just didn't. It backfired on him. I don't think it
wasn't panning out.
Yeah, I think 42 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and likely will probably have. He'll surpass. He'll probably get around 4,700 yards, and 44 to 45 touchdowns on the season. Whereas Drake Mays, I think he's probably done for the year with two. Well, they do still have a shot at the 1 seed, so he might play actually. I think it's got to be Stafford though. We've reached the end of our show. We're gonna have to go ahead and sign off the air. Thanks for watching another edition of Football Frenzy presented by Till the Final Whistle here on Military Broadcast Radio. We will see you guys tomorrow for some breakdown on the NBA, NHL, and college hoops, as well as team building exercise. Take care, and we'll see everyone tomorrow.
Life is like a duck. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Here at Military Broadcast Radio, we're teaming up with our friends at Die Tired, the veteran-friendly music band.